Welcome back, everybody, to NECC Week 4. My name is Ben,
And I'm Kayla.
and today we're back casting the League of Legends NECC Champions Division for GCU today versus Illinois. I think today is going to be a great match. I apologize, though, to everyone who was ready to watch at 7. Match got moved up. We got all ready here. I hope everyone has their snacks ready. Should be an exciting matchup today. For me personally, I am actually kind of sad that we didn't get to watch there was like 3 matches I think for GCU outside of the stream or something. I think it was 2 because they are catching up in their NECC matches.
Oh, wow.
We didn't get to watch those. I'm kind of bummed.
I'm bummed too.
But tonight should be a really honestly exciting match. The
Mm-hmm.
ranks are pretty even between the 2 teams. I'm hoping it'll be a close match between GCU and Illinois. Being from the Midwest myself, honestly, I'm actually from Wisconsin though.
Oh,
So there's like a
wow.
slight vendetta, not vendetta, slight like bias, especially toward GCU, just because they're Illinois. If you are a Bears fan, I apologize.
Well, I'm from Arizona. I grew up here in Arizona, so yeah.
Honestly, today should be an exciting match. League of Legends hasn't really gone through any major patch changes today. The only major thing I have seen, I don't know how this will affect, is there's a champion called Cassante, who actually has a bug with him right now where he can use his ability, only supposed to be used once, twice in a row. I do not know if that will
Hmm.
affect any bans coming through at him. But what I'm expecting for today is honestly hoping for some good, fun League of Legends because I've been on a drought. Worlds has been kind of slow since the new format. They don't play again until the 26th, and I haven't been able to watch any league in a few days, and that's a little bit sad because with NECC going on, with
Mm-hmm.
being able to watch varsity teams, it makes me kind of excited. Just want to go watch more League of Legends.
Mm-hmm. Me too. I've been obsessed with watching Worlds recently. Like, actually, as I was getting ready for the stream today, I was like just watching a bunch of like highlights of the world champions, and it's honestly really fascinating watching it from like the world's point of view.
The world's perspective is kind of insane, in my opinion,
Mm-hmm.
as it's honestly like when you watch people who are playing football, when you're watching people who are playing like MLB baseball.
Mm-hmm.
It's insane just seeing the level of difference, especially from these Korean teams that you don't get to always watch. Korean teams play at really awkward times half the time,
Mm-hmm.
and these awkward like times of worlds right now, it's kind of annoying. They are in Korea, which makes it really difficult
Yeah.
as an American to watch my favorite teams live because matches don't start till like 11 a.m.
Mm-hmm.
and sorry, 11 p.m. and they go till like 5 a.m. I
Oh,
have college
wow.
classes.
Yeah,
I
it's
have
like we're
9 a.m.
college kids.
I have 9 a.m.s, and then, but it's so interesting after watching Worlds and then coming back to watching varsity play. It's not the most different in sense of concept.
Yeah.
And it's always fun just breaking down the different levels of I play casually and I am I'm on the club team for GCU Esports here. But just looking at the difference between maybe a club team and then the varsity and worlds. Varsity I think is the closest that obviously collegiate will get to like other than semi pro
Mhm.
to being able to perform at that level. And yet the concepts are the same from beginning to end.
Mhm.
The concept of league being do not die a ton, kind of keep back a little bit, understand your win conditions. And I think what changes so much versus varsity versus worlds is worlds, unfortunately and fortunately, it's such a high level of play that one mistake can make you lose a game.
Mhm.
Compared to varsity, you get a bit more explosive matches. You
Mhm.
get much more of a like, ooh, what's gonna happen? Can they turn this around? Higher chance of turnarounds, but also higher chance of a snowball going through.
Mhm.
It's almost like, I mean, this is what it is. It's just a scaled down version.
Yeah.
So, and after watching Worlds yourself, how much League have you been playing recently, and how much have you been getting into it? Like this past, like, let's say, week.
Oh boy. I've been playing. I finally got my own account for League of Legends, and I've been playing a ton. Like I honestly, it's actually really. I've never really played that much. I've only played maybe a little bit, but only like on Wild Rift, as we talked about, like the first few streams. But now I actually playing League of Legends. It's actually from a player's perspective, it is so much fun. The adrenaline that you get. I mean, I'm sure you experience this too, and all of our viewers out there who play League of Legends themselves. You just get this adrenaline rush, especially when you're getting like the minions or the turrets or like the other champions, like especially when you get like those quadra kills. It's like it just brings up so much energy. You're like, oh my gosh, I can actually do it. It's been really fun.
I could not agree more with the idea of just getting a quadra kill, getting a pentakill, or just even winning in general. Once you
Yeah.
start performing better and you just feel good, you feel good.
Yeah.
So, coming back to you playing a bit of League, what
Mhm.
role have you been playing? If you don't mind, apologies to anyone out there who is biased. What role have you been playing a lot?
Oh my gosh. So the roles I've been playing is ADC. So for those who don't know, ADC stands for attack, damage, and control. They're more towards the bot lanes. And for me personally, I've been playing three characters. I've been playing Miss Fortune, I've been playing Ash, and I've been playing Caitlyn. Those I'm honestly a big. My favorite though is Ash.
Why do you like Ashe so much for your attack damage carries?
I love the range that she gives out, because especially her main weapon is a bow. If I'm like, I apologize if it's not correct. I think it's a bow. Her range is,
Correct.
yeah, her range is incredible, especially like when you're kind of like towards, especially like when I'm towards the back, and this is just from my perspective. Especially when I'm towards the back, the range I can get getting to like another champion and then I can create a lot of damage by using Ash too, and so yeah, I like that. And also, Misfortune is my special is my favorite, especially with the E control when there's a bunch of like candies just like goes around each player and it comes and creates tons of damage. So there's many things I like about Ash and as a Misfortune. I would ask you, for you being like more of a bet,
Usually like tank player for
yeah.
myself.
It's like what's your favorite and like what do you like about that particular champion?
So my favorite to play versus actual favorite sometimes. So my favorite to play and my favorite character of all time. His name is Jax. Jax
Mm.
is a bruiser champion. I've always enjoyed playing Jax. For those of you who are more veterans to the game, gosh, I'm gonna feel old saying this. Like how long I played League, about 4 years, I think, since
Oh
the
wow.
original Spear of Shojin came out, which honestly could be sooner. I'm hoping it's sooner than 4 years. But that's when I got into Jax. He's been a
Mhm.
lot of fun to play. He's honestly been like a consistent character for me.
Mhm.
And he actually just got a visual rework recently, making him look a lot cooler and feel a lot better. His kit didn't change. He plays the exact same way. And yet, he just feels smooth. And honestly, it's a lot more fun playing Jax. One of my best characters is Ornn. Ornn is just a giant tank. He is
Mhm.
literally known as the Forge God in League of Legends. He is he's literally just a giant ram, or he summons a giant ram. He just tanks. He
Mhm.
keeps people off of his 80 carries.
Mhm.
So I love playing my tanks. And then when you were talking about Ashe, I hate playing against Ashe. I'm gonna be 100% honest. Ashe, her slow is so stinking painful. I play a
Yeah.
melee champion. I want to get close to you. You slow me every time I try and walk towards you, and it's such a pain when it happens. Because I have to attack you. I have to walk towards you.
Yeah.
And you can just take 2 steps back, slow me. 2 steps back, slow me. 2 steps back, slow me.
Mhm.
And eventually, I get too low health that I have to walk away. But I'm trying to walk away, and you're still slowing me. I can't do anything half the time, it feels like. Is Ashe a great champion? Absolutely. I recommend almost anyone trying to get into League of Legends play Ashe, play Caitlyn. But my
Absolutely.
but my goodness. As someone who likes to be in melee range, Ashe is a pain.
Mhm.
And honestly, we could see an Ashe come out tonight. Ashe has been typically a very banned champion, at least for us in collegiate, as it is very strong if you know what you are doing.
Ashe and Caitlyn, as we were last week's stream, almost every single round we played, Caitlyn has been the most consistent ban champion. Not mean to interrupt you, but so I'm curious today. Like, are they gonna pick Ashe? Are they gonna pick Caitlyn? And if so, what are they gonna do with it?
I'm guessing. So I believe that Caitlyn's been banned a lot, not actually in like a sense of super strong always. So in League, well, yes, there's the meta champions. There's meta champions like, I guess right now for Worlds, the best example, because you can watch Worlds anytime. Just look up Worlds 2023 League of Legends. The most common bans are Orianna, Rumble. I'm trying to think. Kalista is banned a lot. And as we get into draft here, we'll see what bans actually come through from both sides. Because there's also something called kind of targeted bans. And the ADC at GCU is actually very good at Caitlyn himself. So the first ban coming through here is going to be Echo. Echo, for those who don't know, more of an assassin type champion. He hits hard. He is a magic damage user who can easily go in and out of fights. Zed going to be banned here from Illinois. Zed is another assassin type champion. Now, assassins, I believe, are getting buffed soon if it hasn't come through. As they're kind of getting changed into more, they're supposed to be assassins. As there's been a few times going around that they've been seen more as bruisers with the amount of ability haste in the game. Now, personally, interesting ban actually. That looks like a targeted ban toward Illinois' top laner, Kled. Kled, not a normal champion played. He is interesting. I play a lot of Kled myself. Kled is I will go in. If I don't kill you when I go in, I don't care. I'm going to keep going in, and my passive will hopefully let me kill you. Jarvan being banned by Titan Esports. Jarvan, one of the best junglers in what we would call competitive play or 5v5 play a lot, where there's all communication. Because Jarvan, very consistent jungler, very strong in the sense of engage, control, and keeping his team alive. And then we're getting our first ADC ban here in Tristana.
Oh, wow.
Tristana, honestly, probably a mid lane ban, to be honest. Tristana is typically very strong, very bursty. It's one of our burst, I would say, AD carries because of her bomb on her E. As if that fully explodes, she gets her W back. So we're getting almost an insta-lock here. Orianna, first pick from GCU Esports. Orianna, best champion in the game, in my opinion, right now. Super strong mid laner. Not really contested in a sense of team fighting powerfully. As Orianna's ultimate, my goodness. It is one of the most iconic ultimates due to the League of Legends player Faker. It's literally a clip known as Faker Shockwave. Orianna's ult is Shockwave. But we're going to be getting a Yone lock in here for Titan. As an ADC player, I don't know how many Yones you've played against. It's probably not the most fun. Unlike me, who usually plays not as mobile top laners or mid laners, Yone can be played either top or mid. He's a pain. Now, getting locked in here for Titan is Aphelios. Now, how do you feel about Aphelios recently? Have you been able to play as him at all? Have you seen him at all in any of your games?
I've seen him a couple of times, and boy, is he a pain. I mean, I'm just a beginner, so I think a lot of the characters are pains right now. I'm gonna be totally honest.
That is very, very fair.
But honestly, like, he looks super cool. I like his skin.
So he is very good. He's known as like the 200-year champion. Very complicated. So over on the side of GCU Esports, we're having Zyra Rakan picked up. Zyra Rakan, known to have synergy. They were actually released together. They are a couple in the lore. They are together. I believe it's dating. Don't think married. Very, very strong team fight from GCU Esports, but Titan is not giving up. They locked in the Leona for their support. Very heavy engage. Very good into the Rakan because it can lock him down, as Rakan known to be a slippery champion. So second phase bans coming in here. Got a Sejuani coming through from the side of Titan. Looks like it might be to ban out some more team fight based champions. Now remember, Illinois will have one pick in the second phase, and then it's going to be GCU doing both their picks, and Illinois get the counter pick. So while GCU got the first pick, Oriana, there is a counter pick for Illinois. A Malphite is being banned by Titan. Now, as a top laner, what Malphite ban means to me? Malphite ban to me means Illinois want an attack-heavy top laner. Or Yone is top lane. Because Malphite builds 1,000,000 armor, scales off of armor, does a lot of damage with his armor, and sucks into Magic champions. With the Malphite ban, GCU is going to respond with a Gwen ban. Now, this is really important here. Is Illinois going to show off their jungle pick here? Or are they for their blind pick? Or are they going, I guess they're not even fully blind. That is a Taliyah jungle? Taliyah is a flex pick. What a flex pick actually is it can go in usually two roles, which for Taliyah is jungle or mid lane. A flex pick is very strong in competitive play, especially as a blind pick. As a blind pick, you could get countered very easily. But a flex pick, you don't truly know where it's going, and honestly, if Taliyah gets countered, they can move it to the other role. Now, we're going to have an Aatrox coming in here for GCU Esports. Aatrox, very consistent and strong bruiser top laner. Now, the important thing here will be, what is GCU's last pick here to round out their team? It should be a jungler. I'm guessing it will be more of a bruiser jungle. As GCU Esports' team composition, Maokai. I forgot about Maokai. Maokai is one of the best junglers in the world. He is strong, a lot of CC, and does magic damage, which GCU was lacking. He's very tanky and can help kill and kind of just protect his Xayah and his Oriana. Now, Illinois is playing red side. Red side gets this counter pick advantage. This counter pick is very important. Mordekaiser in the top lane. So, looks like these picks are going to be a Mordekaiser versus Aatrox top lane, which is going to be quite interesting. As usually, that top lane matchup, that's a very volatile matchup, I would say. As Mordekaiser and Aatrox, both strong, both very good at the 1v1. I prefer an Aatrox on my team, at least in competitive. Because in competitive, unfortunately, Mordekaiser's ultimate gets nullified by one item.
Oh, wow.
A quick silver sash, or what's normally called a QSS. It is 1,300 gold. If Aatrox builds it, Mordekaiser just shouldn't ult him. Xayah will most likely build a QSS this game, and it's usually known against Skarner at times, or CC champions more, as tax. We call it the Quicksilver. It's like the Quicksilver Storm, like Quicksilver Sash tax. Boy. And that is because you have to pay that money, but by paying it, you're going to be set. It's going to make it a lot easier on you. Now, the matchup I'm curious about will be the Oriana versus the Yone. And after I talk about this, I want to actually kind of get your opinion, as you've been playing bot lane a lot, on the ADCs and the supports. Honestly, just which one you would prefer. But I'm hoping that the Oriana can just stay alive against Yone, and they will do an amazing job. But to the bot lane itself. First question, Xayah or Aphelios? Who would you rather play?
I would probably say Xayah.
So, why do you think Xayah over Aphelios for you personally?
As they were talking, well, here's the here's the thing. Like, I would prefer, if I'm gonna stay in bot lane, I would want someone who is consistent and strong. And based off everything you were talking about, it seems like Zara could be perfect for it. But also, Aphelios, he could, based off everything you were just saying, he could also be strong too. So if I'm going based off like what you were just saying, I would go with Zaya. But if I'm just going for like skin's sake, like what looks cooler to me, I'm gonna pick Aphelios.
Honestly, that is completely fair. uh, so honestly, I think so. Aphelios and Zaya are very similar in a sense of they're both very hyper carries. Zaya is a little bit better at times on her own and toward the early game. Aphelios is known as the late game AD carry almost. He is extremely strong, he is consistent, and he scales super well. He just can't really survive as well on his own like Zaya, mostly because of the ultimates. Zaya ultimate makes her immune to being targeted. Aphelios ultimate does a lot of damage. Zaya's ult does a lot of damage, but it's a little bit more utility. So looking into today's matchup, though, it's going to be honestly a super special one in my opinion, as should be a close in ranks, should be very, very similar in the idea of what we should expect. So we're actually going to take a quick look at the matchup video here. Let's kind of take a quick look at what the matchup should entail for today. And looking at just the general matchup, I unfortunately don't really have much experience against Illinois. I don't have a ton of experience with Illinois compared to GCU. If Illinois is very good at the aggressive composition like they locked in, wonderful. However, if it is not aggressive by Illinois to get a lead, GCU has a very safe composition in front to back. For those of you who don't know what a front to back composition is, front to back is where you kind of just hit whoever is in front of you and work your way back to the team. The goal is to hit Aphelios. But GCU has enough utility that they should be able to outlast in a hard 5v5 at times. While a little bit of Illinois' composition, I won't say all of it, because they're both very 5v5 heavy, Mordekaiser throws a wrench into it. Mordekaiser's ultimate is very similar to actually the new Valorant agent that's been announced. There's been a lot of comparisons on Twitter, on X about him. He locks you into a 1v1. And it gets really scary 1v1ing because he steals your stats, makes you weaker, makes himself stronger. That's where the Quicksilver tax comes in. Going into the matchups, though, I think this is going to be a long game. And with how long the game is going to be, I personally just want to thank Rockstar for powering all of our players. I want to thank Fit Gamer for keeping all of our players in their best shape, mentally, physically. I want to thank HyperX for giving them the best equipment so they won't have any malfunctions in a long game. I want to thank MSI just for being a partner with us for so long, allowing so much of GCU Esports to just happen. And then I want to say thank you to Canes for helping sponsor so many parts of GCU Esports since I have joined about 3 years ago. I've heard about Canes being our sponsor, and it's been wonderful having them with us. With a long game coming up, though, I honestly would recommend everyone get ready. We're getting into game soon here. Everyone get ready, sit tight.
Get your snacks, get your Rockstar.
And get ready, as this should be a wonderful game to watch as we go into game 1 soon of week 4 of NECC GCU versus Illinois. And when the game is honestly in, I think the biggest beginning of the match is going to be mid lane and top lane. Bot lane, both of them, we just kind of want to not sit AFK. And if they can get a kill, great. Both ADCs just want to chill and relax. So, as we're going to be getting in, let's get into game 1 of NECC week 4 of GCU Esports versus the versus Illinois Titan Sword. So, honestly, it looks like there might be a little bit of a delay at times with our game, as unfortunately, for those who know, League of Legends client can be buggy sometimes, especially as someone who plays it a lot. But okay, I got the go ahead. We're getting in the game. So, as the game is getting started, looks like both teams are going for a standard 5-point start, stopping any invades. Gonna be a simple, easy start. Looks like some footsie is gonna be being played by both teams. And right now, we're kind of just looking for, it's the beginning of the game. Most of the time, it's how it starts, nice and slow. As these slow games, you know, especially with these two team compositions, it's going to be a slow one. So, as I honestly am going to just make tradition, as it takes a long time for matches normally to get started. As you get to see them, what skin do you think is the best looking on the Rift?
Ooh, I think it was the what was the skin I said earlier, the
Aphelios?
Aphelios, yeah.
Aphelios just looks nice naturally. I personally, as we've seen a lot of mid lane action here, a lot of trading honestly going on. It's very interesting. The Orianna is doing her job, but the Yone is on top of her. This is a little bit dangerous for the Orianna. She should be fine.
Yeah.
The Orianna is going to burn the flash, though. I like the pool party Orianna skin a lot, just because it's like she has a little floaty around her.
Yeah,
she has a little like ball that she plays with.
It just looks fun.
Orianna looks like she's gonna go for the all-in.
Wow.
First blood at 2 minutes.
Goes to GCU within 2 minutes. That's crazy. So, as not mean to interrupt it, but at the beginning of the game, you kind of said they were starting in a 5-star lanes. For those who don't know, including myself, what does 5-star lane mean?
So, 5-pointing is there's a few other ones, but there's 5 typical entrances to get into each team's jungle. And those jungle locations are what's called a 5-point, is you kind of block the entrance to your jungle. As we have another fight going on mid lane here. Should not be a kill. Orianna gonna go in to counter defend. Also a fight in the bot lane. Clyde could potentially go down. The Aphelios is gonna chase. The Xayah does get the root with the E. I apologize. I lied apparently. I said this will be a slow, calm game. Both teams are gonna take their time. Should, you know, be a little bit of a slower. Wrong.
It's been like not even like 2 minutes and now we have our first kill. Now we have, this game is going to become electric, I am telling you.
So we already have a gank coming in mid lane from the Talia. The Orianna doesn't have a flash to get away, but the Yone was chunked so heavily, it's going to be very hard to walk into it. So this fight looks like a fight's going to break out here in the mid lane. The Yone is going to go onto the Orianna, but the Rakan is going to be roaming up in order to help get the kill. Followed by an Ignite going onto the Talia. The Talia might go down. That is a kill. That is 2 more kills over to the side of GCU Esports, with the Orianna being traded in return. Okay.
Wow.
Amazing roam there by the Milky Goat to help get a second kill. But there is a bit of a farm deficit in the mid lane, but that is offset by the gold. Or you could say the farm offsets the kills, or the kills offset the farm. Looks like there may be another gank coming in mid lane here. Looks like Maokai is looking to go in. The Orianna is setting up for the Maokai to be able to go for the root. The Maokai is going to get it.
There's 2v1 happening right now.
Orianna is going to get her phase rush off. They're going to be targeting this Yone. Yone is being bullied. Yone is going to have to flash. The Orianna is still going to get the kill with the W. Now the Talia is going to show up to hit the Maokai. Maokai might go down here. Rakan coming back up to mid lane. 2 more kills for the Orianna.
Wow.
Guys, Aatrox's going to get a solo kill up top lane on the Mordekaiser.
Wow, this is crazy. Do you need time to breathe?
I'm good with breathing. This was supposed to be a slow game.
Wow.
I wanted to talk about the champions. I wanted to talk about fun things. I like, not notes prepped, but I had things ready to talk about. Okay.
Wow.
Looks like a break, potentially. Explosive start to the game.
Yes.
6 kills, 2-1 for GCU, 2,000 gold up. Now, there is a bit of a farm discrepancy, but that is expected with the amount of kills on that Orianna. Orianna, you know what? Let's take a look at the gold here. Let's take a look at the gold already. Orianna is already 1,000 gold up.
That is insane.
It has been 6 minutes. Aatrox is level 6 here, going in on the Mordekaiser. Not going to fully trade this. GCU.
Wow, this has been
Very aggressive this game. I like it.
Me too. I live for when teams get aggressive. It makes it more interesting to watch.
I will admit, explosive games are more interesting as looks like the Maokai might be going for a gank in the bot lane here. Looks like it's both junglers are down here though. It looks like the Orianna is wanting to roam down here. Might be a 4v3. It's going to be interesting. So the Milky Goat is going to get rooted. They're going to...
Amin is coming with them. Amin is coming right on through.
Nothing's going to happen. So no summoners are going to get blown. It's just going to be a nice little trade.
Yeah.
Interesting game. That's all I can say. It's an interesting game.
When you talk about trading, what does trade mean?
So trade is just a trade in health bars typically. When it at least comes to laning. So a trade is either long or short considerably. Orianna can sometimes prefer more shorter trades compared to Yone. And a trade is just you hit them, they're hitting you. Who comes out with more health? Now, depending on your champion, depends on what kind of trades you enjoy and what will be the best. As, hang on here, looks like another gank is going to be coming into the mid lane here for GCU. Now, the Yone is going to ult. That is a lot of damage from the Orianna and the Talia coming in. The Orianna's going to have to leave.
Amin needs to go.
So, the Orianna should be able to escape, but she has no mana to walk out of here. It looks like might just go for a execution onto one of the towers. The Leona's going to stop her.
Yeah.
Orianna going to walk into the tower. Kill going to not go to anyone. Execution's probably the best state that she could have gotten there for the Orianna. So, an execution is when you die to an objective, such as a tower, the Baron, or Dragon, without being attacked by the enemy. Now, the Milky Goat, back mid lane. Is the Milky Goat supporting bot lane, or is the Milky Goat supporting mid lane? I don't know anymore. I don't know at this point if Ahmed is the carry. Who's the support going to play for? Luckily, Clyde is doing wonderful, staying healthy in the bot lane. But my goodness.
This is crazy.
It is not 10. It is not even 10 minutes. There is 8 kills. We've had a kill a minute. We need another kill. It's about to be 9 minutes. No fights are breaking out. Looks like GCU is just going to be taking the Rift Herald here.
Yeah.
Nothing should break out. My goodness.
This is crazy.
What? I want another kill. But if we look at something, that Yone is farming a storm compared to Orianna. But it's mostly because the Orianna is giving up lane priority. She's saying, I don't need farm. I'm going to help my team get ahead. And the bot lane matchup right now, the Xayah is doing her best to farm. But if we notice, Xayah has been farming solo for a while. That is solo XP, getting her ahead of the Aphelios in general in levels. She should be getting a little bit ahead, not completely. But if we look at the gold difference, for 4 kills up, it is only a 4k gold lead. Now up top lane here, Aatrox is going to be ulting the Mordekaiser. The Mordekaiser is going to ult him back. If it looks like it's a little bit of a weird looking fight, that is because the Mordekaiser did ult the Aatrox. Aatrox is going to go down. Mordekaiser ulted powerful, but we don't have time to talk about that. Leona's going to be ulting into the bot lane, trying to stun up. The Xayah is going to go down. The Talia coming in. That is a kill over 2. I actually did not see who got that kill if we can pull up the scoreboard. I don't know who got the kill on GCU, but another fight is breaking out mid lane. Maokai's going to ult the Yone, going to take him down. It's a kill onto Aphelios, a kill onto the Mordekaiser. In trade, another death to the Yone.
Woo!
All right, well, we're back to over a kill a minute. Not fully in GCU's favor. It was 1 kill for GCU, 2 kills over to Illinois. What is with these kills a minute? Now,
This is crazy.
if we take a look at the gold here, a big gold balloon is spawning in the bot lane in advantage of Illinois. And that is coming in with turret plates. Now, turret plates, if you look at the tower, there's these little black bars that kind of make up 5 sections of the full health bar. This should not be any kills mid lane, it should just be a little bit of a skirmish. That's what a trade is. But the tower plating. Each tower has 5 plates before 14 minutes. Each plate is worth 125 gold. 2 plates is about a kill. Now, that might not seem like a lot of gold, always. But early game, every little advantage counts.
Yeah.
Now, if we take a look here, this is what those turret plates really do. Aphelios has a full completed Storm Razor compared to Xayah having boots and 2 swords. The Aphelios is going to be a lot stronger than the Xayah because of that. And then 2 turret plates look like they're going to be going over to the Yone. And this gold lead that GCU had is just not existent anymore. While there is a dragon and a Rift Herald taken by GCU, and the Rift Herald is guaranteed plates, I believe it ought to use on the mid lane, as I don't see Rift Herald on any champion. I didn't even notice the mid lane. I didn't even notice the being dropped. And they have another fight breakout. It's gonna be a 3v4 in favor of Illinois. Oh, luckily, the Maokai was there for bot lane to help save GCU. Okay. I lied. I'm just gonna say it. I lied. I was wrong. This is not a calm game.
No, this is. Mind y'all, we're like, what, 12 minutes into the
We're
game?
in 12 minutes. Another fight breaking out mid lane.
Oh my goodness!
Ahmed is gonna immediately ult the Yone. Ahmed is gonna try and stay healthy, go for the kill. Milky Go is gonna come up. The Yone is gonna go down again. There's gonna be a fight breaking out top lane. However, this Aatrox is so much health compared to this Mordekaiser, but the Mordekaiser is very tanky right now with his health gain and a full item completed. This is a very interesting game. Blue buff going to be stolen by the Maokai. Okay, Aatrox going to get ulted by the Mordekaiser, but the Aatrox does have ult in return. The Aatrox is spacing very well into this Mordekaiser, wanting to be able to get out of the ultimate. They are out of the ultimate. Aatrox waiting for his cooldowns before he tries to fight longer. Honestly, I want to talk about the game. I'm ready to talk about the game.
This has been like the most electric start I've ever seen.
It's very fitting. The Illinois, known as Lightning, they have like Lightning with them. GCU Thunder, because we are known as GCU Thundering Lopes. Well, this is then, I would like to say, excuse puns, electrifying game. So many kills going over. So much is happening in this game. I wanted a slow game. This is supposed to be a good game to analyze.
There's a
another fight
right now.
Another fight going on in the bot lane. Milky Goat might be going a little bit too far. They do not know that the Taliyah is here. The Taliyah is going to be going in. The ult burned by the Xayah. They're going to finish going in on the Xayah, but the Orianna comes in. At the moment, it is a 1 for 2. It is now a 2 for 2. Both teams, both even in kills. Now, this Orianna is so strong. If she can dodge the rocks by Taliyah, she will get the kill. But the Taliyah going to almost finish off. This is so close.
Wow.
Taliyah getting the shutdown onto Orianna. And looks like there's a fight going on top lane. Yone is going to ult into the Aatrox. The Aatrox is going to do what he can to keep the Yone off. That's a lot of damage taken by Aatrox.
That was a lot of damage.
We are up to 17 kills. We were at 12 kills. Like
2
minutes ago. What is this explosion of a game? I'm sorry if I'm very loud, if I'm excited.
We're just very excited right now, and this is what, like, I'm sure for us, it's like there's so much.
There's
going
another
on.
fight.
Wow.
Hate to interrupt. Another fight going in. Ming and Milky, so AP, and the Milky Goat playing extremely well off of each other. This is going crazy. I don't know what to say half the time because I feel like if I'm going to say something, a fight's going to break out.
Yeah.
Luckily, GCU was resetting.
Yeah.
There was no champions within each other. Never mind. Leona's going on top lane to maybe get a kill onto the Aatrox. This game is becoming such a bloodbath, and I absolutely love it.
Yes.
As somehow this many kills, this much explosion. The game is still even almost. It's a 1,000 gold lead over to Illinois. Now this fight going in. Milky Gold gonna go for the ult. Amin is gonna ult the Aphelios back. And Aphelios is gonna do what he can to live. Gonna go down. The Aatrox getting ulted by the, not ulted by the Mordekaiser, but they're gonna try and 3v1 dive him, but it fails on the Aatrox. That is a lot of, amazing for GCU as they now have 3 people collapsing up top lane. As Ming is gonna get, AP is gonna get multi. Sorry, I know him personally. Gonna get ulted by the Mordekaiser. He's gonna do his best to survive. He's gonna survive. A kill is gonna go over to the Maokai again. Now a kill is gonna be traded back by the Talia. The Rakan is looking for the engage on the Talia, but the Talia is gonna try to escape, but the Maokai going to get the root onto the Talia. While this has all been happening, Yone has been bot lane farming, but there's a 2,000 gold difference from Orianna, 2,000 gold ahead of the Yone. However, there's a 1,000 gold lead for Talia. It cancels out into a 1,000 gold lead for GCU Esports itself.
Oh, there's about...
Rift Herald going to be taken by the side of GCU Esports. Okay. Calm. Calm. Please calm. I have things I want to talk about. Team fight. This is supposed to be mid-game territory. This is when the fights are supposed to start at around 15 minutes. Let's do a quick count.
It's been electric from the very start.
We have 22 kills.
Yes.
Most games don't have 5 kills or even 10 kills before this. We are over a kill a minute. Why? Oh, I know why, but why? I'm very glad. Another fight potentially mid lane. Looks like
is there another fight going on?
Should not be another fight yet. This is when the fight should start. It looks like a fight is going to start around Dragon. So if we can take that scoreboard down, I would like to see those health bars and this fight get ready.
It seems like they're trying to figure out who's gonna go first. Is GCU gonna the one who's gonna start the fight, or is Illinois gonna start the fight?
GCU is gonna be starting the fight as I see the Mordekaiser in the mid lane. Now, the Yone is going to have to ulti out. Illinois wants to leave this fight. This is not a fight for Illinois to take anymore. Now, that was a masterclass play by GCU. Looks like it should have been more kills. Looks like it was great. GCU, by dropping that Rift Herald mid lane, starts this pressure point. And you can't let a Rift Herald just charge free. It will take a tower. It can take 2 towers potentially. Most likely not, but it'll be a lot of damage done to your structure. Hang on, we have a fight. The Yone is going to go in onto the Aatrox. The Aatrox is not going to ulti. The Yone does not have ulti. It's going to be a flash from the Yone. Going to be going a kill over to the Maokai again. Looks like this game, the Maokai is going strong. 6-0-4. Deathless in a 24-kill game.
That is crazy.
24-kill game. This man is deathless.
Yes!
And he has 10 kill participation. He has 6 kills, 4 assists.
That is insane.
I don't really have a chance to talk. There's another fight top lane.
Oh, there's another fight going on.
This is not a fight, probably. Never mind.
Is there
Orianna has ult. But Orianna's job right now is to survive the ultimate by Mordekaiser and not die. As the Leona is coming up here, the Orianna could fight back, but as the Orianna...
Is Alma going to fight back?
Leona is unknown. Now that Leona has been spotted out, Ahmed is just going to play back. Should recall here alongside with the Mordekaiser. Okay. No GCU people are next to any Illinois people on the minimap. What have you thought of this game so far, Kayla? I haven't even really been able to ask you your opinion because it's been constant fighting and I kind of been cutting you off.
No, it's okay.
Never mind, another fight for the bot lane.
There's another fight going on.
I need to just stop talking about peace in this game. There is no peace in this game. This is fight, 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 fight.
It's been electric from the very start. We both said, oh, this is going to be an easy game. The viewers at home should get some snacks, get some Rockstar. This has been a legend from the very get-go. We
have an ultimate coming out from Aatrox onto the Yone. Aatrox is just gonna get a solo kill onto the Yone. This Yone is so far behind.
Wow.
This Yone is such a weak point for Illinois. He's been so focused. Yone is level 11. He is the same level as his AD carry. Now, never mind. We have an ultimate coming out from Oyana. Oyana is ulting on cooldown almost, it feels like. The Maokai is going to be ulting in the mid lane.
There's another fight going on.
The Xayah is going to be ulting, flashing to get the feather pull onto the Aphelios. Now, it looks like the Xayah is going to be focusing on the Leona, while the Milky Goat is going to try and continue this fight onto the Talia. The flash from the Maokai is not going to get the damage done. Mordekaiser going to flash onto the Oyana. Oyana is going to go down to the Mordekaiser. There's fights everywhere.
It's so hard to focus, like what fights to really talk about there, because there's literally like 3 separate fights happening in one session. This has been one of the craziest plays I've ever seen. It's been a legend from the very get-go. Like, we've saw like, what, 2 kills within 2 minutes?
We're at 28 kills in 21 minutes.
This is crazy.
Can we get 30? Can we get a 40 kill game? Can we get a? Nah, 50's too much. 50, I would lose my voice. Apologize for the voice crack there. I'm going 40.
40?
I'm putting my bets on 40.
Wow, this has been one of the craziest games. Like we keep saying, it's like 21 minutes. GCU has 19. Illinois has 9. It's like we both said at the very beginning, oh, it's gonna be a very chill game. They both said nope, nope. They're there for the ride. So
I was expecting. Keep in mind, as someone who plays League of Legends a lot, I understand the fighting. It's very common. However, in higher level play, and this is nothing on either team, they're both playing extremely well.
Yeah.
Illinois is keeping the gold even with GCU, even being down 10 kills, just to the amount of farming that they are doing. But my goodness. Yeah, I see the team composition of GCU. I see the team composition of Illinois. I think maybe fighting top lane and a little bit in the mid lane.
Yeah.
I don't think 28 kill game. This might be 29. There's another fight breaking out in the top lane. The Maokai is going to be ulting the Mordekaiser. Mordekaiser's going to ult the Aatrox in order to make it into a 1v1. It's going to be 29 no matter what.
It's going to be 29 no matter what, but who's going to take
Depends who
that
goes
kill?
on now. It's going to be GCU taking the kill.
Another
fight is going on bot lane. Talia is going to be ulting in.
This is a 2v1.
This should be the Orianna should go down. Keyword is should. Does Orianna have any way to trade? No. But GCU's bot lane is here to keep the fight going. We're going to beat it. We are at 31 kills.
Wow.
Can I get a 40?
If we can get a 40, that will be amazing.
Keep in mind, there's been 3 dragons taken. I haven't paid attention to the dragon. I paid attention to, okay, dragon is being started by Illinois. They're going to back off. GCU looks like they might continue this dragon.
They might take in the fight, but would it be smart for GCU to fight the dragon if Illinois is right there? Because right now it could be a 3v2.
Right now it is 3v3. GCU teleporting in with the other. This is a 5v3. That is almost a kill onto the Leona. Leona gets a perfect flash over the wall. Well,
now GCU is going to be fighting the dragon.
So, this is what's messed up about this game in the best way possible. Do you know when the most common team fights are in League of Legends?
What are the most common ones?
Around Dragon and around Baron.
Yes.
Do you want to know where we have? Do you want to know where the least kills would be? Hang on.
Oh, there's another fight going on right now.
Fight coming out here. The Mordekaiser is going to get a kill onto the Makan, but he's going to trade his life for the Mordekaiser.
Wow.
The most kills are usually, especially with these team compositions, are around the Baron and around the Dragon.
And based off like what I understand about, as someone who's been watching League and playing it, Barons are like, if you can get a Baron, it's game over. Sometimes that's not the case. Sometimes if a team can't Baron, they could lose. But it's rare.
It's very, if you can get Baron advantage, it's very common that you are ahead in the game as you don't want to take it. You don't want to risk Baron when you're ahead. So if you get it and you're ahead, it snowballs very hard.
Yeah.
But there's been almost no kills around the Baron pit, technically.
Yeah.
Looks like now there might be a Baron
There
fight.
might be.
Now maybe. Yone does have teleport, but so does the Aatrox to join this fight. Baron is going to be started up by GCU Esports here. Now GCU is going to try and burn this Baron down. Illinois is ready for this fight. Aatrox going to be teleporting in here, going to try and keep them zoned away. However, this looks like Illinois is going into the fight. Illinois, though, is very uncoordinated. Illinois is very uncoordinated with this fight. But Khan is going to go in to stop the Aphelios. The Aphelios is going to be killing, doing a ton of damage. The Baron is taken by GCU. Now, there's an issue. There's 3 dead for the side of GCU and 1 kill. They only got 1 kill out of that. They got the Baron, but at what cost almost? Now, I personally think if you don't get team wipes and you don't lose a ton, it's worth it.
Yeah.
Baron is typically worth it. But, honestly, I will be honest, I thought that looked really messy at the first from Illinois. But GCU are very uncoordinated on that Baron fight. Now, Illinois is actually the one who's going to be taking towers. Because interesting facts about what normally will happen after a Baron take, Baron is like an awkward reset point. You kind of have to reset if you take Baron in order to actually be able to play the game. Now, another 3v3 fight breaking out. This Talia does so much damage.
Wow, and that fight goes to Illinois.
All right, we are at, ladies and gentlemen, if you know how to do your math, that is 23 kills for GCU, 17 for Illinois. Now, I'm no mathematician, but that's 40 kills on the board, ladies and gentlemen.
And you said you wanted 40 kills.
Can we get 50?
We got 40 kills.
Are we gonna get 50?
Could we get 50?
My observer is voting 50. Alrighty. It looks like calm. It looks, I jinx it every time I say it.
It was like, don't say it's calm yet because we both.
Oh wait, hang on.
There you go.
I literally thought, alright. Well, this is why, wait. Clyde almost getting the kill. Do you want to know what? Do you want to know what that is? We talked about it in the pregame. Do you want to know what Clyde hasn't done yet?
What?
Clyde hasn't paid his taxes.
Oh.
He has not paid the Quicksilver Sash tax. He does not have QSS. That's a tax. It's a 1,300 gold tax. That's what we like to call it. Another fight breaking out bot lane. But it's Yone thought it was going to be a 1v1. It is a 1v2, turning into almost a 1v4. Yone is going to get out with his life. Now, GCU, they may have gotten the Baron. They got nothing out of it. They have actually lost their gold lead.
Yeah.
They are down 3,000 gold now. But GCU, Dragon number 4 is spawning for them. This is Infernal Soul point for GCU. GCU don't have to fight this. They can actually give this dragon if they desired. But if we take a look at the gold here, let's see where the gold lies. Now, this, oh my gosh, this Talia.
Wow.
That is a full, the gold lead is Talia. Talia is the difference.
That's all you need to know.
Talia is strong. If Talia dies, very bad.
There was going to be a 2v2, but GCU decides it's like they're just going to stay out of it.
So, this is how a normal game goes.
Uh-huh.
This is how a non-41 kill game goes. Dragon is spawning. Both teams are getting ready to take the dragon. My goodness, did Oriana just chunk that man. Talia,
wow.
Talia is down. Talia is down. Now, someone from GCU needs to go stop this Yone. Yone is going to take the inhibitor. It looks like that Illinois is going to be pushing for the base while GCU goes for the dragon.
GCU needs to get there quick because right now this game might go into Illinois' favor.
So this does not look like a game-ending push.
Yeah.
Dragon Soul in favor of GCU. Only one inhibitor goes down. However, that is a wonderful play, honestly. Hang on, we have a fight going on out here. Milky Goat almost getting caught out here. All of GCU is going to stay alive. Looks like GCU might go for a turnaround. Looks like it's just going to be everyone. It's kind of a handshake. Handshake, you walk away, we walk away, we're happy.
Good. It's like you don't fight, we don't. If you don't fight us, we won't fight you. Let's shake about it and we'll go do our nothing. And then, it looks like
Illinois is going to go in with the Yone ultimate. Oh,
wow.
Apologies for the voice crack. Welcome to Maokai. He rooted, except he kind of... I am sorry for Maokai there. As Maokai, you can't really control that always. Once you root, once you go for your W on someone, you follow. It's great in most situations.
Yeah.
Never mind, we have amazing combo play.
Wow.
I couldn't even commentate it in time. Rakan ult into the enemy team with Orianna ball. Orianna's ultimate comes off of her ball. Now, hang on, another fight potentially going on here. Just chunking the Mordekaiser. This Yone might try and end the game. He does so much damage to towers with a Hull Breaker, Kraken, and IE. Now, GCU is going to be pushing through mid lane, but these Yone does so much damage to towers. It will take 2 people to stop him at this point. This Yone, who was once so far behind. Yone is going to go down here. That is very, very dangerous for Yone to get caught out there.
Wow, we're in, okay, so I would say we were like 40 kills. Now we're at 45.
46.
46 now? Holy moly. We can get to 50 kills this game.
Folks, I would humbly like to say, this is the most kills I have seen in a League of Legends collegiate match. This is the most non-one-sided match I've watched in a long time when it comes to late game. Most of the time, late game, it's very one-sided. And that's just how League works. If you got ahead. Now, Baron is up. I apologize. I'm going to have to cut off my own thought. Baron is up. Looks like both teams want to prepare for it.
They both want the Baron.
The Yone does, so the threat here is Yone does have teleport. Yone is going to teleport into the bot lane. The Rakan is going to get caught out by the Mordekaiser. Looks like it's going to be a 5v4 right now. The Yone is going to teleport to the bot lane, but the Rakan getting caught out. The Leona going to go for the engage. While the Leona may go down and they're doing their job, Yone is in the bot lane.
Wow.
GCU is winning the fight. Maokai has to back to stop the Yone.
GCU is winning this fight 1000%.
But the Yone is in the bot lane. The Yone is going to take another inhibitor. The Yone is going to go for the tower. No, okay, Yone is going to go for the ultimate. The Orianna is going to go down. Now, this is dangerous. The Yone could go for a tower. The Yone is going to take this tower. There's an open nexus for GCU Esports.
Good.
Yone's down.
Yone's down.
This Yone's a problem.
Yes.
He does so much damage to towers and is just tanky enough to take it normally. What I see here. First up. 53 kills.
Yes.
I don't know if we're hitting 60. This Yone can end the game.
I was legit gonna say like, how much? I was like going to say, can you imagine if we hit like 60? And I was like, we're like, 60, probably not. There's a real possibility we can hit 60.
There's a huge threat here, and this cannot be understated. I will say how strong it is. GCU has an open nexus. Now, luckily,
there's a fight going on right now.
There's a teleport coming in from GCU. They're gonna try and fight for this Baron. Luckily, there is no teleports available on the side of Illinois to end the game.
There's going to be fight going on
right now. It's a 4v3. The Rakan is playing his job. Orianna!
Oh my gosh!
Orianna ultimate! Cuts 3 health bars down!
Way!
Now, GCU is going to want to maybe take the Baron. GCU, Aatrox is defending the base. Now GCU can go for the end push here. The real question is, can Aatrox defend? And can the Yone defend well enough for the H, or is GCU just gonna end? That is a wonderful engage by the Yone! The Yone is gonna get a quadra kill on his own! No, that is all of GCU dead, but Aatrox. Yone will 1v1 the Aatrox. Yone can go for the end here.
Wow!
Oh my goodness. 60 kill game. We had 61 kills. I'm gonna calm down. I'm gonna take a breath.
Yeah,
I need a breath.
This has been
Yone.
This has been one exciting game.
Looks like Yone's gonna ignore the Aatrox. That is game. That is going to be game, most likely for Illinois. Yone is going to end this game with a 62 kill game. Oh, I'm out of breath.
Are you okay?
I'm doing great. That was chaotic.
That was beyond. I was like, oh my gosh. Like, we both said at the very beginning, oh, it's going to be a calm, slow, easy game. It was electric from the moment, and it never stopped. 63 kills. That is insane.
I was not expecting that.
Me either. Like, it was like every single minute there was like possibly 2 kills every minute. Like, it was crazy.
We were getting close to that, and looking back at it, the Yone, so focused down.
Yes.
So hard to get, like so weak almost at a lot of points. Comes back, keeps his resilience. Amazing job on the Illinois mid laner. I want to say something. I feel like I'm out of words. I feel like I said a lot of words.
Yeah.
I'm out of them. But what I do have the energy for, thanks to our sponsor, we are powered by Rockstar. Thank you, Canes, for helping take care of us so many different ways. Thank you to all of our sponsors, whether it be MSI, just being such an amazing partner with us, whether it be just HyperX, helping keep our equipment in top shape for that exciting of a game. And, of course, Fit Gamer, thank you for partnering with us. Works very well, as that was a very stressful game for both teams, and Fit Gamer helped keep GCU intact. Now, that was game 1. There's still minimum 1, maximum 2 more games. My goodness. So, honestly, I'm going to ask you, what in the world if you had to choose one takeaway from that game, what would it be?
There was so much going on. I don't even know what. I could tell you this. It was electric from the very start, and it never stopped.
I can agree to that. You know what? We even put it in the title for this stream. It's going to be electrifying. If we have a game 2 like that one, hopefully not a Yone spiraling out of control, even though he was like 2-11.
Yeah.
Which, funnily enough, there's a meme in the entire League of Legends community. And it works. It's mostly for Yasuo, but it works for the Yone because they're brothers. 0-10 power spike. Now, he wasn't 0-10. But it is basically, doesn't matter how far behind these champions are, for some magical reason, around 10 deaths, they're magically powerful again. And I might have to go back and watch the stream again after today to count the amount of voice cracks I had.
I think it was at least like 3.
So, after that game, so much going on, we're going to send it to a break. We will catch you guys in a little while. I know I'm going to be taking a breather, getting a Rockstar to drink.
Me too.
And we will catch you guys after a break for game 2 of Week 4 NECC League of Legends GCU versus Illinois. Welcome back, everybody, to Game 2 of Week 4 NECC League of Legends GCU Esports versus Illinois. Okay, I just had some Rockstar. I feel a bit better. I apologize. I'm just going to say this now. I apologize if I talk super fast for the next 2 minutes as I calm my heart rate down. My goodness.
That was an electric game. I don't blame you. My heart is racing a little bit just because it was just I was just so tense the entire time, and I didn't know when to breathe.
I honestly have been just with that game. I voice cracked a lot.
Yeah.
Because my voice was going from, okay, let's talk about the game. Let's talk about the champions. Let's have some skin talk. To, okay, so it looks like GCU is going to be going for this bear.
And once that started, it just never stopped. I don't think there was not even a minute where it was calm. It was just every 30 seconds it seemed like a fight was going out.
There might have been 1 minute when it was calm, when the death timers were a minute long, so they couldn't fight again. It felt like it was death. So you either die or you get a kill. You reset, you die or get a kill.
Mm-hmm.
So last week, I want to shoot it back to last week.
Yes.
If you remember, last week we had a game like that for game 1, but it started at 15 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
This week, it started at 8 minutes, halfway, halfway.
Mm-hmm.
Either game 2 or 3, or maybe probably next week, because it seems like a game 1 thing.
Yeah.
That it's explosive. Is game 1 next week just going to start at 4 minutes and not stop? Because if so, that's going to be psychotic.
That is something that we'll have to determine at next week's stream.
But for this next game, I think, personally, GCU, great job getting kills.
Yes.
However, I have to give so much prop to Illinois for keeping their head in the game after death after death after death and falling so far behind.
Mm-hmm.
As we're going to get ready for game 2, it'll be a minute before we get draft, everything set up. But I don't know what to expect. I honestly think, even though the Yone was 3-13 or something, Yone might get banned. Straight up just might get banned because that hole breaker. My goodness, is hole breaker a broken item? So that hole breaker Yone, I have to say, as a top laner, as a Jax player, as a split pusher, Illinois, you want a spot in my heart for that one. You did wonderful.
Yeah, you guys did amazing.
Ahmed, amazing job. Honestly, I don't know the weak point of that game. I would have to rewatch it. I think the hardest point was just there was so much fighting going on.
It was so hard to pay attention, what was going on, just because.
And no one had a clean fight. There was no clean fight to be okay, GCU just got this great fight. Then they all somehow died again afterward. And it really was a lot of, our team kills you, but you guys as remaining people kill ours. Everyone walks away bandaged. It felt like almost the people who live in cartoons. You know when they get into this really horrible accident and for it really feels 10 seconds. They're covered in bandages. You know exactly what I'm talking about. And then 10 seconds later, they're fully good. And they're fighting again. That's what that game felt like.
Yeah.
One team was getting super bandaged up, trying to get taken care of. And then 5 seconds later, they're I feel better. We're fighting now.
We're good.
Yeah, literally. All right. I was expecting. So, I think that was still a handshake game. However, instead of it being a handshake game, we're going to play slow and let's have good 5v5 communicative team fights. Instead of that, it was let's handshake and do violence. Now, we're going to be getting into game 2 draft here. In this game 2 draft, I'm expecting it to become, instead of I'm hoping for slower.
Yeah.
At least as a commentator,
Yeah.
for the sake of my own vocal cords slower. For
Yeah.
the sake of the viewing experience, not quite as explosive, but still action packed.
Yeah.
As that was a little bit too much, honestly, at some points.
Yeah.
With you didn't really get a chance to actually really watch the game. And
Yeah.
no, I honestly don't even know if the players got a chance to play the game other than fighting.
Yeah. It was just like constant fighting. Like we didn't really get to see too much strategy coming into it. It was just like I think literally the strategy was fight and that's it. I'm kind of like what you're saying. I'm hoping it's a slower game, but if the first game is any indicator for this coming up game, oh man, we're in for a treat for round 2.
All I will say is, fighting is a valid strategy.
Mhm.
However, if both teams pick fight, it is chaotic.
Chaos.
Honestly, that game, this is a random analogy. It felt like a game of rock, paper, scissors.
Yeah.
Except both teams chose rock, but they're using physical rocks and throwing them instead. It's like they have physical paper, physical scissors, and physical rock. And they're like, how about we both pick the same thing, and eventually one of us will win.
Yeah.
We don't throw scissors. That's why they're throwing rocks. Because if you have rocks, you beat the scissors.
Yeah.
And you know what? Honestly, I don't know why. That made sense in my head. Did not sound right when it came out onto this. I do not condone throwing scissors.
No, we do not
GCU
condone it.
GCU Esports does not condone violence.
Mm-mm.
I'm sorry. So, we have our technical director with us.
Our technical director is
She's laughing her
dying.
head off at me right now.
She's dying over there, like laughing.
So, what I'm expecting for this Game 2 draft, what I'm hoping for,
Mhm.
is I would love the same team compositions.
Me too.
But play them play them right. Play them how they're expected to be played.
Yes.
Because I had a lot of fun ideas to talk about with the bot lane and vision. And because what I want to also do is I want to teach a bit more about how League is working.
Mhm.
I mean, I could tell you that there's a fight going on that time. I don't know if anyone understood a single ability name I said if I even tried to.
Like if for the viewers at home, if you are watching this again, you might have to put the.
We're going go 0.5 speed.
Just go.
And maybe it'll seem like a regular League of Legends match.
Maybe things will make more sense.
Honestly, just taking a minute to breathe. Taking a minute to honestly be ready for the upcoming chaos that Illinois might bring. Because I've seen GCU Esports play a slow style. I've seen them play a mid style. And that was the fastest aggression I have seen from them.
Me too.
I think, just thinking back onto that match, the Milky Goat played extremely well roaming up mid lane. But toward the end of the game, he got a little too aggressive sometimes.
Mhm.
On the other hand, that Yone played extremely well. I think this game, GCU has to be more prepared in their draft for a side lane threat.
Mhm.
And with a side lane threat being more of a Yone who's going to split push where he's away from his team, solo pushing, to take things. To take towers, to take minions, to get a bunch of gold. I think GCU has to be ready for that now.
Yeah, I agree.
Because that was not expected of Illinois to pull out with a Yone.
Mhm.
Yone is normally a team fight oriented champion. He's good at 1v1s. But you don't expect a hull breaker.
Mhm.
Now, hull breaker. You most likely haven't heard about it a lot as an ADC yet,
Mhm.
as an ADC doesn't touch it within a 10-foot pole, probably even longer, honestly.
Mhm.
Hull breaker gives you a lot of stats on one condition. No teammates can be assisting or near you.
Oh,
you
wow.
have to be alone. It's called Lone Wolf. Literally, the passive is called like Lone Wolf.
Mhm.
Gives you armor, HP, and buffs your siege minions, which are your cannons, and your super minions. When you're with them alone, that's interesting on a Yone particularly.
Mhm.
I could see Mordekaiser building it more,
Mhm.
but it's a very niche item that worked out extremely well for Illinois. Their itemization was wonderful.
Mhm.
I really think now it comes down to slowing it down
Yeah.
for GCU. Maybe Illinois ramps it up. Maybe Illinois takes the 30 kill game as we're waiting on draft here for a minute.
Could we get another electrifying game as last game?
I
think it's possible.
Potentially, yes.
I think it's possible.
All right, take a bet. I already have mine. I
Okay.
don't think this is possible. Do we go over 62 kills?
Ooh, I don't know. I think it's a possibility, but I think with round 2, I think things might slow down just a little bit. So I want to say it's going to be between like if we learned anything from the last game, I would say either 30, I would say around 35-ish, just for slowing down purposes. But I will tell you this, depending on what way game 2 goes, I think game 3, I think we can go above 63.
So as we're getting ready for draft here, what I'm expecting, and honestly, this even wouldn't be out of the park even. Maybe I don't even know if we're gonna hit 62 kills if we get 2 more games. I don't know if we hit that in total.
Mhm.
As we have learned though, through week 1 and week 2, game 1 GCU explodes.
Mhm.
Game 2 GCU tones it way back.
Yes.
If we think back to last week, if we can expect that same style of explosion, as looking at the draft, we are a little bit late to it. I will do a quick little run through for us. The draft has already been taken care of.
Oh, okay.
So, unfortunately, we did not catch the draft, but right now, when we get in the game and take a look at everything, GCU, I'm taking a look at their draft right now. Very similar to last game.
Mhm.
In how the comp is supposed to play. It's another. They actually took the Aphelios Leona angle themselves. With the and like I was talking about, the Yone and the Oriana got banned, and it's the same bans otherwise, other than an Aatrox. And the last pick of this game was a Kaisa, so it's going to be a Kaisa Rakan versus Aphelios Leona.
Mhm.
So Illinois is an explosive team composition, and if we take a look at the mid lane, I'll let you announce it. It should be a mid lane champion. For those who haven't been here for previous weeks, there's a little bit of a teaser or Easter egg with Kayla and her father as his favorite champion
is Ziggs. Okay, so if you guys have been watching these last few streams, I talked about how when I was starting to do this, my dad was like, "Oh, Ziggs is like his absolute favorite," and there you go, Dad. If you're watching this, there's Ziggs for you.
So, looking at those compositions as we just got to see, Illinois wants to be explosive. One, they have Ziggs. Literally, his entire kit is just bombs. That's all he has. He just has bombs. And GCU is going for another stock standard slow composition. There's at least, I feel like very justified to do this. Slow composition.
Slow.
They're explosive. Other than Riven, who was very good in the 1v1. But Illinois has an explosive composition this time, maybe to try and match. I think this game, even if we get rid of last game completely from our minds, Illinois looks more like a fighting composition. GCU, I beg you. Actually, I don't really beg you, because if you somehow pull this off while fighting a ton, that is amazing. Slow it down if you're going to play Aphelios Leona with Azir. Those are some of the... So Azir and Aphelios are some of the hardest scaling champions in the game.
Wow.
At least for team fighting.
Why do you think that is?
So Aphelios just scales way harder than Kaisa, especially with the current meta build. Aphelios, if he gets the 3 items, he will not one shot in the sense of like a burst, but he will kill your entire team if he's left untouched. Azir, similar to an 80 carry, but does it with magic damage. He does something called, he has Sand Soldiers, and he has one of the best ultimates in the game for team fighting. I don't honestly remember the exact name because I remember what it's called typically for the combo, known as it's gonna sound weird, the Shurima Shuffle, because he's able to use his sand soldiers and dash and move where he dashes to, and he's very efficient at getting to the back line of the enemy team, ulting the entire enemy team forward, including like the Kai'Sa or the Ziggs, dealing a ton of damage and getting them out of position. While GCU also has Leona Sejuani. Leona and Sejuani are the most stock standard tanks you can get.
Yeah.
Leona, the most engaged support literally ever, I would honestly say, as she has a, not even aura, but kind of like idea around her of, we go in. You actually got to play a little bit of Leona, I remember, in an ARAM with me.
Yes.
And if you remember, she goes in, she stuns you again, she slows you, she walks away, does it again.
Yep. Exactly.
Or she sits on you because she's tanky and doesn't let you really do much. Now, what's really interesting, and this is kind of more something to talk about a little bit, is Sejuani Riven. Now, normally it's mid-jungle you usually talk about a bit, like the safety, like a Ziggs Graves. Ziggs is very safe. It's going to be harder to gank at times, same as Azir. Riven, usually melee champions are amazing top lane with Sejuani. So, Sejuani, her passive is very special in a sense. She'll give someone else part of Frost, and the Frost will affect like the Riven. Its auto attacks helps build up a stun. Now, Sejuani and a melee top laner, especially like Riven, who has dashes and good ways to get in to do damage, they can get like 2 stuns off in a fight. Stunning an enemy top laner, especially early game for a long time, is detrimental. Now, if this game, there is a almost late game identity for Illinois, and that would be Gwen. Gwen will shred through Leona, will shred through Sejuani. She is known as the tank killer. At least for top lane, she's one of the best tank killers. But, so you saw Felios last game, but you haven't seen really Kai'Sa picked. And we saw how Zyra Rakan did extremely well together.
Yes.
So, not using skins, but based off of honestly just how champions look and how you think they may feel for your ADC playstyle, do you think you would prefer a Felios who you have to typically plays smarter and a little bit farther back, or Kai'Sa who can dive into the enemy backline?
I would prefer just playing smarter and being in the back.
So, that would be a Felios Leona for you. Now, as we're going to be getting into game here, going to be getting into Game 2, NECC, Week 4 of GCU versus Illinois. Now, this game is going to be an exciting one to watch, and honestly, it's going to be quite interesting as a 5-point start should be coming out from both teams. And as we get into game here, it's going to be interesting to watch. So, if we look, it is... Oh! Okay. Well, Illinois already mixing it up on me. It's not a Kai'Sa ADC. Yeah. It's a Ziggs APC. Now, APC is the same as an ADC. Hey, it looks like we're going to have a level 1 all-in on Ahmed here. Ahmed is going to...
get a kill already?
Ahmed's going to have to...
Wow. Not even like okay. I think we're about to see what's similar to the last game. We were like not even like we were like a minute and 10 seconds, and Illinois already got their first kill. Wow, that was quick. Illinois is wasting absolutely no time.
GCU. Hey, Illinois, great job getting first blood on the Kai'Sa. Very smart. But guys, I will say, the Kai'Sa did have to burn teleport to get an item and come back.
Yes.
That teleport is a 6-minute cooldown, but so did Azir. So both champions are down their 6-minute cooldown. Okay, level 1, top lane fight. I apologize for that clap if that was loud. I didn't mean to do that. That was just natural. GCU, you want slow. And I know you guys know this. You guys are better than I am. Illinois, don't kill my voice again. Actually, go ahead, kill my voice. Okay.
There's a 2v2 happening fight right now.
So, we got to see a little bit of the power of the Leona as she stunned the Rakan, stopping the engage. I wanted to talk about that last game, but we never got to watch it.
Nope.
So, the Leona is great at stopping Rakan's engage, as usually Rakan will use the Leona to get to the ADC, like Aphelios. Looks like the Sejuani is going to go for a gank on the Kai'Sa. The Kai'Sa does have flash. Looks like they are going to try and get the kill onto her. Oh, Kai'Sa's going to flash forward. Not going to get the kill onto the Azir. But the Kai'Sa is going to go down for the trade. Alrighty.
I think this is, I'm sorry, Ben, but this is going to be similar to the last game. I think we're going to get another electrifying game.
One thing I will say. This is a good thing for GCU. GCU can scale very hard.
Yes.
Therefore, if they do not do perfect in this early game, because what I'm expecting is it will not be nearly as explosive.
Yes.
This game, Illinois has the strength to win the early game a lot better than last game. At GCU, no pun intended. Actually, yes, pun fully intended after how much we talked about electricity, thunder, and everything. Can withstand the lightning storm. I'm doing that for myself. I apologize. That was bad. We're going to ignore that.
I totally apologize for those who are watching. We're having a grand old time
that's
commentating.
Loud, if GCU can withstand the storm, then they should be wonderfully set for a team fight. But Shun is putting a lot of pressure onto GCU with this Kai'Sa already. 2 kills and a death while up in farm. What I want to see is, wait, the Graves is back top lane. Okay, so Ribbon will see him there. The big thing, though, is as someone who has personally watched Ahmed play before and played actually against him, his Azir is very good. Especially even if he is behind, he's good at, even if behind, catching up.
Yes.
Now, looks like there's going to be a bit of a fight top lane. This the Riven did ignite the Gwen. The Riven is going to take the kill onto the Gwen. Now, that is a kill going to GCU. It is 2 for 2. The gold difference right now is straight up just a first blood difference or the farm difference in mid lane. That's really the difference. Now, going into the rest of this match, we look bot lane. Ziggs and Aphelios are both farming well. Now, Aphelios will outscale Ziggs. The hard part about this lane for the Aphelios Leona doesn't get to engage very well. Because Ziggs, and this is not even a joke, this is straight up true, can farm from like half the screen away. His Q is very long range and it's his best farming ability. And it's really, as if you play against it, it can be annoying. As he will literally farm from where you can't touch him. You know he's there, you don't see him, and you can't touch him.
Yeah.
It looks like here, though, a gank might be coming for the bot lane of Illinois. He's kind of positioning for it. Now,
is there going to be another fight going on? Or
well, there's a fight going on top lane.
Yes.
The Riven honestly might want to finish this fight as the Gwen did hit level 6, so now it's a bit more dangerous. Okay, this is going to be a 3v3 fight going on bot lane. If GCU can get out long enough. Now, the engage was blown by Illinois, and that is the power of Sejuani and Leona as well. Now, Sejuani's passive works with Leona. That kill coming in, and they played very well against the engage, and Leona did well stopping it. Leona stopped the engage, and then Leona's going to flash in. She's going to get the root onto the dig. Now, Kai'Sa is going to ult into this fight, but Aphelios is very strong. Aphelios is going to try and get 2 kills out of this. He's going to die. Sejuani is going to flash for the Rakan. Now, that is going to be 2 kills for Kai'Sa, 2 kills for GCU.
Yes.
This Sejuani is going to go down. And if you notice, the Kai'Sa is actually playing very smart. She's waiting for the Sejuani to go over the wall. This Kai'Sa is 5-1-0. Can we take a look at the gold real quick? All right. It is 7 minutes. Kai'Sa has almost a 2,000 gold lead. Kai'Sa's going to have a full item. Kai'Sa It's very powerful. But if we look, overall the gold is even because Sejuani is also ahead a little bit. And then Riven, during that fight bot lane, Riven got another kill top lane. So this game, but we saw last time, Shun, the Yone from last game, coming up clutch for Illinois. Now, that's when he was behind. That's when he was 1-9, 3-12. And we have another fight going on bot lane. GCU is going to be engaging onto the bot lane. Ghost is popped by the fellas. The Sejuani is here ready. Now, there is no ultimates on these, there's no flashes on the side of Illinois. However, the Rakan is going to get out. The Graves is going to come in, save the day. Now, GCU is going to be running for their lives. Goodness Graves saved that play for GCU.
It seems like
for Illinois.
It seemed like Ziggs was like trying to like 20, but then he made a very smart decision of just, you know, GCU is walking away, I should just walk away. But now Ziggs is kind of like going back and forth between like walking away and like coming back. Oh, there you go.
So Leona's gonna go in here onto the Ziggs as the Felios is back. The Leona just wants to get a stun, potentially help get a kill for the Ziggs. The Ziggs is going to try and kill the Leona.
There we go.
But it looks like there's going to be a fight top lane. The Kai'Sa is actually going to show up top lane. The Riven is just going to go for the kill onto the Gwen, but does not get it.
Wow.
Now, the Rakan is going to look for a follow onto this low health Leona as the Riven is going to go down to the Gwen. I'm mixing up everybody's name. So, what the Ziggs did, he wasn't going back and forth, in, out, in, out, in, out. He was using spacing and kiting. This Kai'Sa is a menace. This Kai'Sa has a Kraken Slayer already. Now, looks like Clyde is actually going to be caught out on the side of GCU. This is not what you want to see from GCU after that first game, folks. But going back to what the Ziggs was doing, it's something called kiting and spacing. Now, that's spacing. What that is Ziggs with his Qs is trying to play out of Felios' attack range. Making it, because obviously, if you can hit them and they can't hit you, who's going to win?
Yes.
But they were also backing toward their Graves, who they saw on the map toward that bot side. Now, Leona is top side with GCU, as GCU is looking to get this Rift Herald. Now with GCU, I mean with Illinois having both of their bot laners still down there, it looks like it's going to be pretty easy for GCU to claim this Rift Herald, no death. But looking at, honestly, just looking at the state of the game, this Kai'Sa, so terrifyingly strong. This Kai'Sa could probably 1v2. Now the Riven looks for a trade onto the Gwen, and she's not going to actually win the trade. It looks like the Gwen is going to get a win on the trade, and the Graves is up top side. Riven is going to have to start running here. Might burned on from the Graves onto the Riven. The Graves is going to miss his Q, and Riven will be safe, not having any summoners to blow. But this game, Sejuani does have her Radiant. Sejuani should be looking for some ganks here. Her ultimate giving her a lot of healing with that Radiant Virtue, as Radiant Virtue, when you ultimate, it just provides a healing aura around you. Now, Leona going to be ulting in bot lane. Leona's going to go for the, going to be engaged onto the Ziggs. The Ziggs is going to get out, but now so, we're going back to, now we're actually moving up to the top lane fight.
There we go.
Both bot laners for Illinois very, very low. If we look at top lane, we can't fully see it, but the Gwen is going to go down to the Riven. There's so many fighting going on. I'm trying to keep track of every name and say the right champion where. Now, this Kai'Sa is extremely low. The Azir did use the Shurima ultimate, and it looks like the Azir is going to try and pop off. The Kai'Sa is going to get the kill.
There we go.
But that is what I talked about earlier. Ahmed is just good at Azir. He almost killed the Kai'Sa while down about 3,000 gold. That is impressive. The Rift Herald is going to be dropped top lane, going to give a lot of gold into the Riven's pocket. Riven should be close to a full item here. So Leona is just holding that mid lane turret wave. Because of that, the Aphelios is left alone. The Graves is going to go for a lot of damage onto him. Luckily, the Aphelios has Ghost and is going to get out safely. Now, the second dragon is going to be spawning here in just under a minute. GCU, most likely going to have to give it. As a 7-1 Kai'Sa is terrifying.
Yes.
Especially she's going this attack damage build where she will be strong. Now, right now for GCU, it almost feels like what their goal should be is they want to almost play slow, let this Riven be aggressive. The Riven is very far ahead. Well, it's not nearly as far as, say, the Kai'Sa. As the Kai'Sa is going to start hitting the Azir. Look at that damage from Kai'Sa.
That was crazy.
But look at the Azir is trading back. They both have half health. With the Azir having his ultimate coming up quite soon, if it is not up already. It looks like it has just come back up. Looks like the Kai'Sa is going to move toward the dragon, and looks like GCU should give this. There's no way that they win this fight. Now, GCU could try and cut the enemy off. Riven here, gonna go for a bit of a proxy. A proxy is taking the enemy wave before it gets to like your side of the lane. It's a very good strategy when you're ahead in top lane. You are guaranteed to get all the minions, and Riven with a Ravenous Hydra can naturally heal herself back up. Plus, Riven is gonna go for the Krugs, Graves' Krugs, which is one of his jungle camps. As hang on, looks like a fight might break out here. The Leona is gonna get a stun onto the Rakan. The Rakan is just gonna get stunned up. The Leona ult is gonna be burned. They know the Graves is down here for for Illinois to protect them. And really, I don't think any fight is gonna start. Actually, the Graves looks like they're going to go in for a fight on the Clive. The Sejuani is here. The Sejuani is gonna miss the ultimate. The Graves is actually going to dodge out of it. I would like to say the Graves dodged the skill shot. That's what the Leona missed. But Leona's gonna go in on the Rakan. The Rakan is gonna take some tower damage. The Kai'Sa is almost gonna go. The Kai'Sa is gonna go down in a 1v1 mid lane. That is a lot of gold over to Ahmed. Going back down to this bot lane fight though. Neither team is gonna go down. The Rakan is looking for an engage. The Rakan is gonna ultimate. The Milky Goat is gonna get caught out. But the Aphelios is looking for damage on the Rakan. He's not gonna get the kill. The Sejuani is gonna get the kill on the Rakan. But at what cost? How many kills will GCU give over? Will it be one? It was at least two so far. Will it be a third or will it be two? Sejuani running for her life from this tower. Now, Riven barely taking that top lane tower first. Top lane fight now breaking out instantly. Gwen already ulted, gonna be ignited. Riven's gonna flash the last part of Gwen's ultimate. Gonna go for the kill potentially, but Gwen did have Ghost up. Nearly top lane is gonna go down, but Riven wins that 1v1 very hard. Now, Kai'Sa is on her way up. This fight may continue. Riven looking like she's backing off. Suspicious of the Kai'Sa. Kai'Sa going in deep without any vision. Leona, while Leona will not be tanky, will not be the tankiest. Kai'Sa throwing her lead away.
Wow. That went from like maybe a 1v1 to a 3v1 very quick.
That was Kai'Sa getting way too aggressive.
Yes.
So if we looked before, if we actually look at the gold now, Kai'Sa still up a lot of gold, up 1,400, but this Riven up the same amount. The Graves is up on the Sejuani, but the Aphelios is up on the Ziggs. So, looks like Graves is actually going to go in here on the mid lane, but looks like a fight's going to be breaking out. The Aphelios might go down. The Aphelios is going to almost get out.
Milky Go is running.
GCU getting caught out again. It looks like Azir is going to get caught out by the Kai'Sa potentially. Azir is going to do the shuffle. Azir is so powerful.
Wow.
Now, the Kai'Sa is almost going to get the kill, but the Azir is going to go down to the Kai'Sa W. But that is a 1,400 goalie, almost at 14,000.
No.
Goalie for Kai'Sa, yet Azir's almost winning 1v1s. I think what Azir needs to do, Azir needs to stop fighting those and just kind of play back. He knows he will win later. With Illinois having a teammate advantage, God, I can't think of the words half the time. They are going to take this Rift Herald. Now, Illinois has a huge objective advantage. 2 dragons taken for the team of Illinois. Now, the Azir is going to actually teleport into the bot lane. Azir taking so many. Azir does not need to fight the Kai'Sa. Kai'Sa W is probably going to come in to try and snipe the Azir out. Now, Leona gonna go in on the Ziggs. Most likely not gonna get the kill. The Graves is gonna come in. The Milky Goat getting way too aggressive, but he's so tanky. He's gonna be able to get out. Gonna go back in on the Graves.
Oh, there we go.
The targeting is not the best from GCU, but it looks like the Graves is at least going to go down. Going to be a 1-for-1. shut down onto the Aphelios, making that a worth play for the side of GCU. This mid lane tower should go down for the side of GCU, but the Gwen may take that top lane one.
There we go.
Okay. We are at 26 kills at 17 minutes. This is about the same as last game. This is close to the same amount of kills as last game. Are we really going?
I will say I did think we were gonna get. I thought it was gonna be a slower game, and it's pretty much similar to the last game. Very electric. It was probably a little bit more of a slower start, I will say, but again, within a minute, not like a minute and 15 seconds, we already got a kill.
What I'm thinking, and this is how I'm feeling about this game, is it's almost like roles reversed from last game.
Yes. Like.
Hang on, I don't mean to cut you off here. The Gwen is going to be starting a fight onto the Riven, but the Riven is going to get the kill onto the Gwen. That is a solo kill for the Riven as this Dragon fight is being started up. The Sejuani is zoning the Graves away. Now GCU has full priority. That is the Shurima Shuffle coming in from the Azir. The Kaiser is going to go down. That is all of the gold. But Ziggs is going to get a kill onto the Milky Goat. This right now is a 4v3. That is a very healthy Ziggs going onto that Azir. But the Sejuani and the Aphelios are both still alive. The Aphelios going in for the damage on the Rakan. The hard part is this Graves is so strong. The Riven is going to try and chase the Ziggs down, but they get the kill onto the Rakan. Riven is going to be stopped. Sejuani is going to ult, popping Radiant Virtue to keep alive and help protect Aphelios. We have a teleport coming in behind from the Gwen. The Gwen wants to continue this fight. The Gwen wants to get a kill. The Gwen is going to be ghosting in. But the Gwen is there solo. And the Aphelios is going to get the root. The Gwen is going to keep chasing. She's going to go for the kill potentially. No more kills coming out of that. GCU getting their first dragon of the game. The Hextech Dragon on to from the side of Illinois, preventing soul points. 1,000 gold lead for the side of Illinois though. That Ziggs, very strong in that fight. This is dangerous territory for GCU to fight in.
Yes.
So, the Kai'Sa may be slowing down slightly. This is when Ziggs is stronger than Aphelios. As Aphelios needs 2, maybe 3 items to be super strong. Ziggs has 1 and he's super strong.
Yes.
Aphelios will become stronger than Ziggs. But it's all about GCU having to bide their time until that point in the game. I'm glad though, GCU is not just falling victim to the aggression of Illinois.
They're definitely fighting. They're back.
They're fighting back quite well, but GCU is doing a good job. I mean, Illinois is doing a good job of keeping the aggression. However, this Riven is extremely strong. The Riven gonna go for the 1v2 potentially here.
Oh, there we go.
That is a double solo bolo for the side of GCU, and that is Baron gonna be started up as that is the jungler of Illinois going down. Now, as this Baron is being taken, the Kai'Sa and the Ziggs are gonna come in. That Ziggs bomb.
Wow, that was far.
Half health to Aphelios. The Kai'Sa gonna go in. The Aphelios is gonna get shut down. The Azir is in a dangerous spot, but the Kai'Sa running out of juice a little bit. The Riven pushing bot lane. No one is there to match it, but looks like Illinois is gonna successfully stop the Baron. But GCU going for that Baron fight, very risky. Now. Is it time for Illinois to take their shot at the Baron?
Could they get it?
Yes, it is.
Yes, it is.
But
could there be a chance that GCU can come back and get that Baron?
I don't think so. Riven is very far away.
Yeah.
And the Sejuani is not there, but they do not take it very fast. As the Kai'Sa, luckily they do still have a Kai'Sa. Aphelios is on the way. I think even if the Baron is taken, I think GCU, this Riven is so strong. I think that she can potentially stop. Aphelios is going to go in, get a kill onto the that's at least 1 shutdown, but it's going to be traded back by the Graves ultimate. Let's take a look at the gold here, folks. Riven, 3,000 gold ahead. The Kai'Sa, almost 3,000 gold ahead. The Graves, almost 2,000 gold ahead. The rest of the game. So, the side of GCU has this Riven so strong. This Riven just showed that she can 1v2 the enemy.
Oh, there's a fight going.
That's not looking like a good fight. Right now, it looks like the Azir is just going to be poking out the Gwen. Honestly, all I can expect right now, GCU wants to reset. GCU needs to get back on the map. GCU does not want to fight unless it is Riven. Because Riven is the one that can get the 1v1 out of Kai'Sa. Almost one shot, but the Kai'Sa's going to be running. Going to be going down to the Riven. But GCU looking maybe for a fight mid lane with the numbers advantage with the Azir team teleporting in. As remember, the Kai'Sa had a lot of that gold advantage. The Gwen is going to be coming in. The Shurima shuffle going on to the Ziggs. The Ziggs going so low, getting his ultimate out, but the Ziggs untouched. Still firing off bombs. Ahmed focusing on the Rakan, focusing on the Gwen. The Ziggs is still alive, but the Riven's going to come in, get the kill onto the Ziggs. Now the Gwen having a Baron empowered recall should be able to get out alive. Folks, we were at 44 kills. We're going for 50. Probably going to be 60 again. But this game, this is a stock standard heavy kill game of team fighting. It is not. So this is a little bit of the difference between team fighting and skirmishes.
I would like to point out that GCU just took down 2 Terrans, and it looks like Illinois is going to take another Terran.
So that turret was the Azir turret. It's not a full turret. Azir's passive just lets him place a mini turret, help his team out. Now, Dragon is spawning. Kai'Sa is already starting the Dragon, but all of GCU in here. We are getting ready for a rumble here, folks.
Get ready
the
to
Dragon,
rumble.
never mind. GCU was too slow. Dragon was taken. Illinois said, bye. Now, this is a very threatening position for the side of Illinois. They are 1 Dragon away from Soul. And while Dragon Soul didn't win the game for GCU last time, Dragon Soul is a very strong win condition. Looks like we got 3 people coming in for the Azir. The Azir is going to respectfully just leave instantly. But the Riven, knowing 3 people are in the bot lane and knowing 1 is mid, feeling free to push up top lane. Now, the Kai'Sa being chased down a little bit. Looks like GCU maybe on their way to collapse, potentially stopping this aggression from Illinois. Looks like we may have a 4v4 down here in the bot lane. Now, the Sejuani is a little bit ahead of the rest of her team. The Kai'Sa looking for the fight onto the Azir. The Sejuani suspecting something is wrong as they do have a ward in that bush, just seeing all of the team of Illinois there. Handshake. GCU says, I don't think we win this. Illinois says, they're not going to try and engage on us. And it's just going to be a clean reset. Riven's going to get more farm up top lane. Going to just back off, try and get some vision for his team down. And right now, it's looking like, other than the objectives, it is a good game for GCU to play. As they have a composition that, about now, Aphelios is 2, almost 3 items. Aphelios is, I would say Aphelios is online right now.
Yeah.
So, with Aphelios being online, what we are looking for when we get to see a little bit more of Aphelios is something about his character. His guns determine his strength in a fight. He has 5 different guns, usually known by color. Blue, purple, white, red, green. White, blue is one of the best team fighting combinations. Or white, I like white, red a lot. Ignite gonna be popped by the Riven to stop the Kai'Sa recall, but does not get it in time, as if you take damage 0.5 seconds before you recall, it does not cancel. They only got a flash in, they're gonna get a root onto the, they're just dead. Now they are trying to collapse onto the Azir in the top lane, but the Azir having the shuffle, not the ultimate. But now he's using his ultimate, going to flash away as well. Now, GCU in a very strong position. Aphelios having good team fight guns, as the purple and red can keep him alive and keep the enemies rooted. Good CC, not the best in the sense of just raw damage output. GCU and Illinois trading 1 for 1. Now though, that 1 for 1s at this point benefit GCU. As if we take a look at the gold here, Riven is going to be up quite a bit of gold once we can take a look at the gold here. As 4,000 gold up for the Riven, and the Kai'Sa only up about 3,000 now, but the Kai'Sa dies quite quickly. And the Sejuani, compared to Graves, Sejuani doesn't need the money. Sejuani, very good with some items, and you don't want her O10. As the game goes on, I would usually say like a 0-3 Sejuani late game is the exact same as a 5-0 Sejuani, other than just the tankiness. So, the big purple worm, Baron Nashor, is spawning. Now, with Baron being alive, both teams, this is what I expected last game.
They're both near the Baron right now. Like.
They're both setting up. So right now, it's Baron Vision fight time. So, this isn't a physical fight right yet. Right now, it's about vision control. As vision is so important. As if we can actually take a look at what the blue side sees with the Fog of War. I do not know if we have that availability at the moment.
Oh,
no, team fight fighting. Team fight fighting. Does not matter. GCU starting up the Baron. This did not go well for GCU last time. Rakan is in the team.
Oh, no,
Rakan is going for the stun. So the Riven is going to go.
Oh.
The Rakan is going to go down. The Riven is on the Kaisa and the Ziggs. Ziggs is almost dead. Ziggs is almost out of this fight. Gwen going down.
And
now it is a 5v3.
Illinois just walked away from this fight.
Illinois looking like they're gonna go for a mid lane push here. So the threat of Illinois is gonna be taking an inhibitor, but GCU has these empowered recalls, and the dragon is spawning. GCU is gonna be rushing for this dragon. They want to stop this soul point. They have the numbers advantage. They have the health bar advantage. Other than on the Riven, the Ziggs not leaving with his team. The Ziggs might get caught out, but looks like the Ziggs is just playing bait for his team. But GCU going to take this dragon. Ziggs is gonna get caught out by the Riven. Go down. And now, that is a second dragon for the side of GCU. GCU with the Baron buff. GCU with the kills. GCU with the dragon. What can they do? GCU has ballooned this from a 1k gold lead to a 4,000 gold lead. Now, Gwen is actually going to kick off a fight. The Kaisa's going to get a pick onto the... So they're going to get a kill on to the Sejuani and the Leona. Azir is going to ult to keep himself alive. And now coming into this game, Illinois not backing down. Azir scared of the Kaisa, but we did not notice the Riven. So the Riven is in a 1v3 situation right now. Riven, knowing that she's probably not going to be able to get out, going to try and scare the enemy off. Now, going to give a con ulted. Riven does have a Guardian Angel. Riven is going to come back alive. How much damage can she do? Nothing. Instantly dead.
That is interesting. So, like, I never noticed about the Guardian Angel thing. Like, how could you get a Guardian Angel within League of Legends?
It's just an item.
It's just an item?
So, Guardian Angel is an item that when you die, it resurrects you with half health. Now, what Riven has done here, if we look at her items, she no longer has a Guardian Angel.
Yes.
So, that is because, typically, Guardian Angel has a about 5-minute cooldown.
Oh, wow.
When it's used. So, very commonly, if your Guardian Angel is popped, it's kind of useless. You sell it. You buy a different item.
Yes.
But coming into this, so right now we see the entire map very, very lit up. Now if the observer can just go one more stage over with the vision, all that will do is just show the blue side versus the red side vision at times. So right now, this is kind of what both teams see. Yes. The importance of this is the Fog of War. The black parts are what neither team sees. And what's so important right now is people will get one shot. This Aphelios will get one shot by the Kaisa. This Ziggs will get one shot by the Riven. The Kaisa gets one shot by the Riven. And engage from Fog of War from the Sejuani can make or break a fight. If they have vision on the Sejuani, they'll be ready for it. Now, looks like a fight might break out mid lane. Looks like Sejuani not going to start a fight, but looks like the Kaisa is going to go for a fight on the Azir, just chunk him out. Remember, the Kaisa is level 18 versus Azir level 16. The Kaisa is still very strong. Looks like neither team is going to break out for a fight. So, right now, there's nothing to fight for. Teams are even in gold. There's no Baron. There is no dragon. There's no reason for either team to want to give up any advantage. GCU playing with the Raven, playing with the Aphelios. Illinois wanting to keep the Gwen and the Kaisa going in a fight. The Gwen will kill the Leona and the Sejuani, who the Kaisa will struggle to kill at times.
So
on the other hand, sorry, what were you going to ask?
I was going to say, like, what can go wrong for either teams right now? They're both in similar in numbers when it comes to gold and kills. What can go wrong for either team right now? Greed?
Number one is greed.
Yes.
So, if we look at the kills itself, we are at about 50, I have to do that, 53 kills. So, these 53 kills, that doesn't matter as much. So, that does not, it matters who they're on. The Kaisa is very far ahead. What's so important is, right now, they're so close in gold. Greed and positioning are what matters.
Yes. If
Ziggs or Kaisa are one shot, they will most likely lose the fight. Fight's actually going to be broken out. The Graves is going to get caught out. The Sejuani is going to get the ult off onto the Graves. The Graves is going to go down thanks to Riven ultimate. That is 2 ultimates burned from the side of GCU for that kill. But that is a Graves down. That is a lot to have to work with now, as that is one of the best frontliners for the side of Illinois. And now, GCU keeping Illinois away from their own base. GCU's gonna go for this inhibitor tower. Gonna go for a second inhibitor. Now, these super minions are gonna be very threatening. The dragon is spawning in less than 30. Spawning in less than 10 seconds.
Yes.
Now, while the super minions won't be there in time, if Illinois goes for a fight, especially a drawn-out fight, because they want the fight, they don't want the fight yet. Graves is not alive, but this is what GCU sees. Yeah. GCU does not see any of the side of Illinois. And it's just gonna be a game that they have to give it, because neither team really has vision on each other there. Illinois cannot face check.
Yeah.
For those of you who don't know what face checking means, face checking is when you walk into a bush, have no vision on it, and there could be 5 people in that bush. It's to the point in a game where face checking is dangerous to game ending. If we look at this game just in general, GCU is setting up for the Baron. They're actually starting to hit it already. But the Gwen is bot side. The Gwen does have teleport. So
Illinois is coming
there was a item burned. The Yomu's was burned by the Graves. So looks like GCU slowly committing to the fight. The Shurima shuffle coming in, gonna knock the Graves into the Raven and Sejuani. Now, wow, that was a lot to kill the Graves.
That was a lot. Now we're at 55 kills.
The real threat here is Gwen and the Ziggs, but could go for an end of the game. The Kaisa is not gonna let GCU back. The Ziggs does a lot of damage now. They could end the game here, folks. Riven has to save the game.
Oh, GCU's coming right now. Okay.
GCU saving the game, getting the Baron.
Yes, but
that is detrimental.
Dangerous.
There's only a Rakan alive for the side of Illinois for the next 20 seconds. No teleports available for Illinois right now. Gwen, the only one teleport available on and she's not up for 40 seconds. GCU has the minion waves. The team is pushing mid. GCU could end this game right here and now. The Graves is coming up. The Sejuani gonna start hitting the tower. Gonna be very, very tanky. GCU showing up. 3v2.
Could GCU do this? Could GCU
gonna start hitting the Nexus tower. GCU gonna go for the end of the game. Gonna go for the kill onto the Graves. That is gonna look like potentially game for GCU. GCU going for the Nexus. Nexus going down. But it's not over yet. The Nexus falls. We are going to a game 3 today, folks. Okay.
Woo.
That ended with 60 kills. It was like 33 to 28. Almost the exact same number.
It was actually 50, like 55, I think.
Well, I think it was 33 to 28.
Oh yeah.
If I'm wrong, I didn't get to see it at the end. A lot of stuff happening.
A lot of stuff.
Good game from GCU.
Yes.
First thing to say. That's kind of what I didn't expect that many kills. I was wrong. I lost the bet. I didn't bet anything, luckily. I'm safe. But goodness, Such a wonderful game from GCU. They knew their win conditions. But, so, honestly, we will talk about that game a bit more after a break coming up here, as there's going to be a lot. There's not as much to talk about other than good job to GCU to just destroying that.
Yes.
Toward the end, almost losing it, though, with that Baron play. But we'll get more into that after this break, and we'll catch you guys after. Music player. All right, everybody, welcome back after an explosive game 2 to week 4 of NECC. My name is Ben.
I'm
Here with
Kayla.
me- My goodness, that was a good, great, honestly, game 2. We double checked. It was okay. I have to remember 59 kills. Not quite. Okay, we haven't broken the record of 62, 63. I don't remember game 1 exactly. I think
It was 63.
It was 63. But game 3 could. If you think about it though, we have 110 something kills. I'm not doing the math right now. 110 kills or something in 2 games. In my own games, that takes like 4.
Mhm.
But these are such close matches. This is one of the best weeks I have seen in a long time. I casted last year. I got to watch the team, and they were a lot more one-sided.
Mhm.
This is such a good matchup. Frankly, I would not be surprised if after today, GCU plays with these guys more, scrims against them. Because clearly, this is some of the best practice you get when it's neck and neck.
Mhm.
But with that last game, oh my goodness. First thing I will say, First thing that was explosive,
Mhm.
GCU did what they needed to do to keep the enemy team off. And I honestly think this next draft, I don't know how soon it will honestly be, as those are two very long games. Teams might need a little bit of a break. We will get back to you as soon as we know any information on the next drafting. But GCU, very good team fighting. But the Zigs, first off, Zigs was
Holy
doing
moly.
great damage.
Yes.
And Illinois did their job. Illinois was aggressive. Illinois got the kills where they needed to, put pressure on the Azir. It's literally a minute into the game, by the way. Can we talk about that again?
Seriously.
He died a minute 10 into the match?
Seriously, like a minute 10 and Illinois got that first blood. And I think it was the same way with the first round as well. It was like around that same time. I think they also got first blood.
Very greedy for Ahmed to push up, but the Graves did so well to avoid any vision or any idea of that.
Mhm.
Now, looks like we don't really got much time to talk about Game 2. We're getting into Game 3 draft, everybody. So let's see what both teams have prepared for match point for both teams. So, first thing we have, GCU banning the Yone. GCU wanting to go blue side again. Zed being banned again on the side of Illinois. We're keeping the same sides for all 3 games, folks. So there's no this side always wins, blah, blah, blah. Kled banned by GCU Esports once again. Seems that the Illinois top laner, very consistent and strong on the Kled. They say, we don't even want to risk it being existing. No. Jarvan banned again by Illinois Titan. Looks like it's going to be very similar to the game 1. Like, bans are going to be similar, and does not surprise me. It's not like one team is getting stomped out of the water. Not like both teams. I mean, literally, those games were both almost base is what's known as a base race. Literally, who can break the enemy's base quicker. Luckily, GCU got game 2. Illinois got game 1. This is the exact same bans from game 2. Now, GCU with the first pick here. What will they go for? I'm guessing Aphelios.
There you go.
Well,
Aphelios.
Welcome to. Okay. Looks like.
Ziggs again?
Okay. Welcome back to game 2.
Seriously.
Welcome back to game 2, folks. We're playing it again. Okay. If we play game 2 again, GCU won it, but they almost lost it.
Yes.
I think what happens, and I honestly think it would be really interesting, if they both draft the exact same, as there was nothing wrong with the drafts. They both were very close. Don't think it should have been that close. Frankly, I think if they do the same drafts, GCU finds a way to chill out. Okay, Aphelios Leona versus Ziggs Rakan. I would talk about it. Happened last game. Ziggs does a lot of damage with 1.5 items. Aphelios needs 3. Milky Goat and the Rakan, both super, super aggressive. Makes sense they're on Leona Rakan again. It has been Leona Rakan for support all 3 games. Welcome to League of Legends. The meta doesn't change much. Okay, we have a Maokai coming in instead of the Sejuani this time. I think Maokai's better, to be honest. Okay. Mix up. We got a Jace, most likely going in the top lane. Jace, very aggressive, a lot of damage, almost like an ADC, except more bursty and top laner. He's a ranged top laner. As a top laner, he's annoying, but he's not the best. He's super. If you know how to use Jace, he's one of the most consistent picks. Now, bans coming out from Titan. These are the changes. Aurelia and Riven banned instead of the Aatrox. I'm guessing they think Jace can beat the Aatrox. Also, that Riven carried GCU against that Kai'Sa who was fed. Really, really, really well played by Avoid Me. Now, Aurelion Sol and the Mordekaiser banned. Remember, the Mordekaiser did beat the Aatrox in a lot of 1v1s because of his ultimate. Now, this is where the game will get interesting. These are what bans have changed. The top laners. Now, the Jace was already picked up. That could be mid. Jace can be flex mid. We saw last time, Kai'Sa went mid. We don't know who's mid lane. Trundle. Trundle can go top or jungle. Jace can go top or mid. Ziggs can also go mid or bot. I don't know where. At this point, I don't know where Illinois is playing. You know what? Vakan top, Ziggs in the jungle, Trundle, Jace bot lane. Give me some random in the mid lane. It's not the actual draft. But folks, my goodness, your guess is almost as good as mine. Now, Camille. Camille is such a strong top laner into one perfect situation. Tanks. As tanks are very, very susceptible to Camille's true damage from her Q. She does a lot of damage with an item called Divine Sunderer. One of the best top lane items in my opinion. But GCU, what mid laner will they round out their draft with? Looks like they're kind of discussing it a bit. Going for the Akali. Alrighty. Now, the bot lane and jungle for both teams. Well, I actually do not know the jungle of Illinois yet. I'm going to need to stay at this draft page for a hot minute once it's finished, honestly. As I'm going to have to work out Illinois' plan. So, Illinois, who are they going to lock in as their counter pick? Galio. Okay, that tells me what I need to know. So, this game, it is going to be, looking at the draft here again and just kind of thinking about it for myself, Aphelios Leona in the bot lane with a Ziggs Rakan in the bot lane. The Maokai and the Trundle. Now, Trundle's interesting. Trundle, his ult is one of the best ultimates if the enemy team has tanks. One of the worst ultimates if the enemy team has no tanks. Because Trundle steals your stats. Kind of like a Mordekaiser ultimate, but he stays in the fight. So if he ult, and he does a lot of damage naturally. His Q does a lot, and his pillar and his W help him do a ton of damage. All he does is auto attack you, smack you with a giant club. But the club hurts. But the biggest difference I see is going to be this Akali versus Galio. We've had more ranged matchups. We've had very, almost matchups in mid lane. While yes, there was the Yone and Orianna. Mid, pulling out an Akali. Now, Akali, as you will soon learn if you keep playing ADC, is the bane of your existence. Akali is an assassin champion. So what she will do, and Akali is very good at it, she will jump in, usually target the enemy AD carry, kill them in like 2 seconds, maybe less, and then get out. And there's really not much counterplay always. However, so that's very dangerous for the side of Illinois. As Illinois, they do have the Galio. That Galio is a straight-up counter pick into Akali. Galio naturally builds magic resist. He scales off of magic resist. Akali does magic damage. So, kind of just like almost an unfair, in a sense, pick. But the Akali can do a lot of work against Galio. But Galio has an amazing team fighting ultimate. It's called, I don't remember the exact name. But what he does, he jumps into the air, and he literally does a Superman pose onto the ground, knocking every enemy up in it. Then he can taunt them with an AoE taunt with one of his other abilities. He will CC chain you galore. What really will happen at this point, it's going to be a game of protect Aphelios for GCU with Leona and Maokai, have Camille and Akali dive the back line of Illinois. Illinois, very good at front to back. Trundle and Galio, especially if Trundle steals Leona's stats, will be very hard to kill. And then the Ziggs and the Jace can do a lot of damage from quite far away. Jace with his Shock Blast, he's one of the best poke abilities. And Ziggs is great at poking as well. So it looks like it will definitely be a game of poke from Illinois, which, for those of you who don't know, poke is different than an all-in. So poking is what's kind of known as death by 1,000 cuts earlier in the game, where it's not a ton of damage like at once constantly. But it's like it's almost like getting hit and you can't stop them. And as the game progresses, Jason Ziggs will one-shot Aphelios. They will almost one-shot Akali. So this game, especially with both kind of teams being beefier, I think honestly the bigger matchups are going to be inside lanes. One, can the Galio or the Jace match the Camille?
Mhm.
And I know I'm talking a lot here, so I want to
Mhm.
ask you, especially after watching that last game, you saw how the bot lane played.
Mhm.
Which bot lane would you prefer to be? Do you want to be a Ziggs throwing bombs from literally it feels like 100 miles away? I am not kidding. It's really annoying again as a person who has to walk up to hit you. You're very far away.
Mhm.
Or the Aphelios who takes a lot longer to come online. Because before we talked about a little bit more of a range option. Now, would you rather people come online sooner or later? What would you prefer to play?
Probably I would prefer for them to come. I think for like I would prefer to play Ziggs just because like you said he like Ziggs he can like throw bombs very very far away, especially if you're in a bot lane and then bot lane and then there are champions who are from like more mid lane. You can get Ziggs can get them just from the bot lane. So I would prefer if we obviously like sooner because sooner is more electric to me. But if I'm thinking strategically, I would want to do it later.
So it's funny you mentioned that Zig. So Zig's ultimate is what's known, and same as Galio, a global or semi-global ultimate. That literally means only actually one thing. What that really means, really far away. And I want to say thank you to our production team for honestly letting me look at that draft a little bit at times. My goodness, a Ziggs Galio can be really annoying because if Ziggs is mid lane and Galio's in the jungle, what can happen? Ziggs can walk away, try and play safe. Galio will ult onto his Rakan because when you ult your teammate, they get a buff. Like they get like tankier for a little bit. And as we're going to be getting in the game here in about a minute or less, I'm expecting Illinois to kind of just go, well, we're going to sit as far away from you as possible, hit you with everything we can until you're low enough where you can't fight back.
Mhm.
While GCU has to get on and start a fight before they get poked out.
Mhm.
And that will come down to a vision battle.
Mhm.
As if GCU has vision on the Jace, vision on the Ziggs, and they are caught out of position, well, yes, the Galio can ult to help save them as we get into game number 3. My goodness, is this going to be a dangerous combination from both teams? Now, this is an interesting start. It looks like all of Illinois is going to be invading potentially. So this is a 5-man. This is invade. We saw it last game. We're going to see it again this game. Except it'll probably be in the jungle, maybe on the Aphelios.
Mhm.
Illinois wants a kill. Illinois wants aggression. They're going for a fight early. And so, luckily, this Aphelios is going to see multiple people mid lane. And what is he going to do? He's going to say, back off to his teammates. He's basically going to tell his teammates, okay, we got to play safe. Now, this Maokai might get caught out here. The Jace isn't going to walk close enough. The Jace isn't going to see him. I see he might have already seen him. I think the Jace did see him technically. But but I'm surprised they didn't try and catch him out. Now, the Maokai going to be starting toward his bot side. The same as the Trundle. The Trundle does need more of a leash. He's not as good as a jungler in the early game. But this is going to be pretty simple and explanatory in some cases.
Mhm.
I'm going to talk about jungle. This is going to be an important matchup to pay attention to. Trundle is much more of an aggressive player, like champion, than Maokai is at times, in the sense of a 1v1. However, Maokai, with the amount of CC he has, can protect his carry better. Now, a fed Trundle going to make this game hard, as we see a lot of trading going on in the mid lane, not uncommon. They're both melee champions, and it's kind of like top lane a bit at times. Maokai going for a level 2 gank here. One buff into a gank. First blood going to Maokai.
Blood.
This is the game. This is a reverse of last game. I don't know how I feel about that. Last game, Ahmed got caught out early. So game 1, the Yone got bullied. Game 2, Azir got bullied. Whoever got bullied won the game. Is this a caster curse? Maybe. That's why I'm not going to say much. But I think this is going to be, I mean, not quite, not, okay, it's not as explosive as last game. I mean, come on, guys. Like, last game we started at minute 10. Now it's like 2 minutes. Y'all are doubling how long it's taking you to start these. Kind of sad.
I think
But
this game might be. I'm hoping this game is going to be slower, but I have a feeling if we learn anything,
not.
I've
Don't say that.
yeah. If we learn anything from the last 2
Okay,
rounds, there you go.
You can't say that. Kayla, stop. We need to both stop saying it's going to be a slow game. Okay, GCU Bowling going in for a fight. They're going to try and get the kill onto the Ziggs. They do not get the kill onto the Ziggs. The exact flash and the ghost burn from the Aphelios. The flash burned by the Ziggs and the and it looks like the exhaust by the Recon as well as the ignite by the Leona. Okay, we need to stop talking. We cannot say this is going to be a slow game. The second we say it's a slow game, something happens. So if we get bored, well, let's just call it a slow game. Okay. Guys, it was a joke. So this is what I talked about. The Trundle, very good in the 1v1. But the Maokai just going to walk away. He's going to lose part of one of his camps. Leona going to gank mid. Put pressure on this Galio who did already die once. The Galio going to get the flash on the Akali to get, and then Ignite, trying to take her down. The Akali's going to have to run. Leona most likely going to go down. The Akali trying to get away. This might be 2 kills to the side of Illinois. Leona using her E definitely should not have gone in there. This is scary. Trundle is getting ahead. Looks like Maokai might go for a gank on this top lane Jace. Now, this Jace, there is potential for a kill here, but looks like the Maokai is going to back off. The Galio, very, very aggressive, getting caught out here by the Akali. But the Vakon coming in, the Vakon actually going to miss the knockup onto the Akali. And looks like Akali really wants to kill onto the Galio, but she's not going to get it. Now Akali's going to have Conqueror pop. The Trundle is going to flash chomp her to get her down. Now, this is very dangerous for GCU. That was very, very, very aggressive by the Akali. Akali, no TP left to catch any of this minion wave. The farm is going up for Galio, and that is 3 kills onto this Trundle. That is a 1,000 gold lead in 5 minutes. And Rakan's going in again. Rakan is also going to live. Alrighty. That is 4 kills to Trundle. This Trundle is going to be terrifying for GCU. I don't think I can emphasize how strong this man might become, because he has a Caulfield Hammer and a Sheen on a first back. If we could take a look at the gold here, that's about 2,000 gold on its own. Yeah, it is a huge gold lead for the side of, not even the side, just Trundle. Looks like Camille going to threaten the Jace with a dive, going to threaten the stun, but Jace is going to cancel his recall. And right now, Camille has a lot of pressure, and Trundle is nowhere near top side. This is very dangerous for the Jace. Jace could get dove here. And even if the Jace gets dove, like if the Camille dies, the Jace, and does die, if it denies Jace a minion wave or 2, it is huge. Now, Jace going to get his recall off, most likely going to TP back to lane. And mid lane just going back to trading. Both junglers honestly pathing toward bot lane right now. But there is no vision for this Maokai on this Trundle. The Trundle is going to hit the pillar onto the Maokai. The Maokai is only level 3. Trundle level 4. Too many items on him. All of Illinois going to collapse onto the jungler. And that is a 5th kill over the Trundle. Now, there is one very dangerous thing about a Trundle. For both having a ton of kills and for the side of Illinois and GCU. For Illinois, he is strong. He will 1v1 anyone. He's gonna have to probably 1v2 with how strong him and his ultimate will be. But Leona, Maokai, and maybe like an Aphelios can lock him down. And if he can't hit the Aphelios in time, Aphelios will kill him. With enough, it'll be a few items, but later in the game, Trundle will not be able to live an infinite amount of time because he doesn't build tank. He builds bruiser. Now, Trundle pushing his lead as far as he can, with Illinois getting a lot of advantages here, getting a good amount of stealing camps away. Avoid Me, gonna get chunked out by the Jace, gonna have to back off. This Trundle is going to get very far ahead very quickly. What can GCU do to stabilize? Kayla, if you were in this situation, I apologize. I talked a lot. It's another constant fighting. What do you think? Okay, never mind. First off, Ahmed's dead. Okay, back to you. What do you think GCU needs to do in this situation to kind of calm it down? If you were in this game, especially learning League more, what do you think you would do?
For me personally, like if we look at the scoreboard right now, Illinois is leading with gold.
Hang on, do not mean to cut you off. It looks like they're going to go for a gank up to the top lane onto the Jace.
There we go.
Well, continue your thought, and then I can say about that fight. Oh boy, we are already at a kill a minute. It is 8 minutes. We're back. Alrighty. To you, Kayla.
Okay, so
never mind. Okay, I apologize. I'm trying to talk about the game. Illinois gonna attempt to dive GCU. GCU gonna wonderfully outplay that dive. That's the issue with Trundle. He cannot dive very well always, and his lead is not always pushed to the best. Kayla, for like the third time I'm trying this. What would you do in GCU's situation?
As I was saying before, if we rotate between the goal difference between Illinois and GCU, Illinois has like a 3,000 goal difference. I will try to figure out, okay, how can I get the most gold? How can I get the most gold really quickly, and so I can buy items that's gonna strengthen me quicker? Because, like you said, we're kind of approaching early game to mid game right now. So I would try to be like, okay, where are the ways I can like stay at one particular area, but also I would want to stay near another champion. And so just in case if there was like another person, at least there's always another person that can help you.
I completely agree. I think one of the things you said that was very important is GCU just going for the gold that they can get. So typically, in most things, it's literally just about stopping the bleeding. It's not about getting the win in every single fight. As Akali's actually going to go in the bot lane. Akali's not the strongest to go in here for a 3v1. Galio's going to try to cut her off, but Akali's going to ulti back over the wall. Looks like the Trundle's going to be chasing onto her. The Galio's going to get the flash knock up onto her, but in the top lane, it looks like they are going to trade for another kill onto the Jace for the Camille. They knew that Riven did really well last time when the enemy got ahead. They're going to put it on the Camille again. But as you said, sorry, I'm going to slow it down again. Get the gold that is safe to get. So, a good analogy or a good way to think about it is, hang on, they're going to go in on the Akali in the mid lane. Akali does have her Shroud, one of the most broken abilities in the game, keeping her alive, letting her just back up away, waiting for the Ignite to tick away so she can back off and come back to lane. Gold is very important, especially for GCU side. Trundle does slowly kind of fall off compared to Aphelios, Camille, and Akali. That amount of fight is going to break out in the bot lane, but GCU is not going to be winning this one. Ziggs is going to be nabbing a kill on the Clyde. That is not what you want to see when GCU is already behind. I like that they went for the play. But it looks like GCU is not going to be able to get anything out of it. They are going to go down. That is 2 more kills over the side of Illinois. 9 kills for Illinois to 3 on GCU. 4,000 gold difference coming up here. That is the opposite of what you want happening. Right now, it's not about, I don't even think for GCU it's about winning. You don't want to win some of these fights. You need to stabilize. So if an opportunity appears to get a numbers advantage, you can take it. Because as we get more gold, we haven't been able to use this analogy this week, but it's one of the most common ones. If GCU does not catch up, they're going to get beat with a bag of money. And the second dragon is spawned. The first dragon, how do we keep missing the first dragon? First dragon was taken by Illinois. It's been too much fighting. I can't keep up with every dragon. Looks like GCU's going to go for another fight onto the Jace. The Camille might have gone in a little too early. Never mind. Camille. That was a lot of damage from one ability. Camille is getting very strong here. She's 3-0. Now, she's not quite the level of, let's say, a 6-0 Trundle with boots and a full item. But Camille will do well scaling. Now, the second dragon of the game is going to be taken by Illinois. But the Camille is doing what you need to do. Play to what you can get. Now, GCU's ADC is down in the bot lane alone at the moment. He's going to get dove, and there's really no counterplay for an ADC without flash to get out of that. As one of the most common things said by any ADCs watching this, that was not even a shock to you. You just were like, yeah, that's my life.
Yeah.
Welcome to ADC. I get dove, I get killed a lot, and yet I somehow still do the most damage, and my team can't do much. Now, Camille's actually going to go in on the top lane. Maokai's going to get the flash route off. They're going to get another kill onto the Jace. The Jace is 0-4, but can the Camille solo carry against this almost 5,000 gold lead by Illinois? Now, you said you favored Ziggs in this matchup. Ziggs is doing quite well.
Yes.
So, what would you in a situation... honestly, hang on. Another dive timing in the mid lane. So, but the Akali's going to try to outplay. The Akali's going to go for the kill onto the Galio. She's going to trade 1-for-1. That is huge. That is a shutdown onto the Galio. As an ADC player, what just happened to that Aphelios, that's kind of, like, that's not even really shocking anymore, is it? Looks like another top lane fight might come out here. Looks like Namat's going to have Aphelios get, okay, off screen. I will talk about this fight in a second here, as it looks like the Camille just going to do her best to escape, and it looks like she's going to get out. Aphelios shutting down the Trundle. That is humongous for the Aphelios. As Camille is also going to go back in on the Jace, potentially get the kill. Going to get the flash ultimate off, going to get the kill.
Wow.
Now, can Camille get away? Camille is disgusting. Camille is disgusting. Would you like to know? So, back to honestly, the first game of this series. Remember how you asked me what one of my favorite champions is? And I said Jax? Jax destroys Camille.
Oh, wow.
This is why I learned Jax. So Camille can't do this if I want to play a tank. Or if they pick Camille, I just say, cool, Jax, I can win. But if we take a quick look at the gold here, this will feel good. Look at the gold difference. That one kill that Aphelios got him an extra got him total 900 gold compared to the normal 300. Now, as an ADC player, and also just someone who's learning a lot of League of Legends, as you've played a bit more, have you noticed the impact of, as an ADC, the difference in you having gold and you having, like, you getting a bunch of gold from or multiple kills versus how strong you are without it? Have you kind of felt like how big of an impact does that really make on an ADC?
Yes, I've definitely noticed. The more items I get, I notice, like, I tend to become a lot stronger. And so, like, oh, there's another fight. Oh, never mind then.
Oh, another quick one.
Oh, there was just a quick fight.
This is a quick, like, almost one shot.
Yeah.
Okay, Camille is dead. This is 5 people diving Camille. Wow, that sucks. Honestly, I wish I had better to say. Frankly, there's no outplaying that. But, like, as you said, as ADC, so one question I kind of have, and if you don't have the perfect answer for it, that is 100% all right. As an ADC, how important do you think, and this actually will help a lot of the people at home, how important do you think it is for you to get the shutdown versus your jungler or your tank player?
I honestly think, like, I would prefer, since the whole point of ADC is to, like, attack and damage things, I think an ADC it could be important to do that, but
one second here. So the fight is actually continuing. I wasn't expecting this to continue. I saw a quick death, but what's actually going to happen here is, looks like Illinois is going to overstay just a little bit. Clyde is going to do his best to catch up. The Ziggs from literally entire screen away, throws a bomb, gets a kill on the Camille. This is very scary for the Aphelios. Aphelios better get his dancing shoes on. He better be sidestepping all of these Ziggs abilities. Not going to get it. The Leona is going to maybe try and get the kill on the Ziggs. Gonna miss the Q. So I gonna miss her E. Just gonna back off. But yes, as you said, ADCs, a lot of damage. As one of the common things in League of Legends is, you want to do more damage? Cool. Put money toward damage. Tanks don't really build a ton of damage because, frankly, why would you build damage when you can just build tank and and that's just what you're built to do? Now, ADCs, what's always interesting, and if we think back to week 1 of our stream, if we remember the difference, because we saw, and honestly, if we look at last game to this game, Aphelios was a lot stronger last game than this game at the moment. The damage done by Aphelios is so massive that if you, and we have Akali going in onto the Jace, trying to get a quick solo kill. Akali is just going to assassinate the Jace as Illinois is going to be taking the 3rd dragon, putting them at Dragon Soul Point. What do you, honestly, I'll just say this broad question. What do you think of this game so far?
I think...
As Ahmed is going to go down to Galio.
There we go.
Wait. Nope, he's going to go down to the Justice Punch.
Whew. Okay, I think things are definitely a lot more calmer this game than the last game. Even though, frankly, we're about, if my math is correct, 32 kills?
We're at 30 kills right now, and let's just say, it feels, I don't know why. I'm glad you said it. It's about the same kills. Why does it feel calmer?
Right?
Why does this feel like a more neutral game? Even, well, I guess it feels more like a stomp. But yet, GCU has 12 kills.
Yeah.
To the 18. It just feels, it feels so, like, it feels so much smoother than the previous games where it's literally just fight. Now it's like they're fighting, but it feels more tactical fighting. Slash, Illinois just throwing 5 people at you and saying, get him.
Yeah.
Going, get him. But with the game right now, how are you feeling for GCU's chances of coming back into this? Never mind, there's a fight breaking on the mid lane. Trundle is going to ulti onto Clyde, taking away a lot of his tank stats. I believe it was onto Clyde. I could not tell. Trundle. This is what happens when Trundle's fed. He runs you down. Camille going to get a lot of damage out of the Trundle. Oh my goodness. But the Galio coming in. Camille's going to get the kill onto the Trundle, but the Galio's going to finish out the Camille as the Maokai is going to get taunted into this fight. Okay. Oh. Akali got a solo kill on Jace. That happened. As Illinois is pushing for this another tower, about a 4,000 gold lead, about 3,000, 4,000, looks like 3,500. How do you feel about GCU's chances of coming back into this game? Never mind. Maokai is going to be ulting at toward the Galio to keep him off of Akali, but the Maokai is going to go down. The Galio does a lot more damage than people expect. The Ziggs and the Galio together are going to take 2 more kills. Okay. Can I ask a question? What do you think of this game state? My goodness, Illinois, calm. Okay, give her 1 minute to talk. Give her 1 minute to talk about how she feels and if GCU can come back in this game. I know you're trying to just say no. Do you think GCU can get back into this game?
I always have hope that GCU can come back. I know that sounds a little biased of me, but I always hope that GCU can come back. I think there is a realistic chance that they could come back. Oh,
I apologize. Fight is going to break out. The Rakana's going to ulti in, trying to take out the Leona. Leona's not going to be able to give the game. The Trundle's going to chase down the Aphelios, but the Aphelios has his Leona protecting him. The Rakana is going to go down thanks to the Aphelios having chakras. This is Aphelios! This is 200 years. Akali is going to go in, try to help weaken the Trundle. Really, this fight is going to be won by GCU right now, but the Galio and the Ziggs are still pretty strong. The strongest 3 members of Illinois is alive. GCU walks out of that fight, getting 2 kills for, I actually believe it was only 1 death. That is very important. However, that Ziggs is worth 950 gold. He has a 650 gold bounty. Galio worth 900 gold total because he has a 600 gold bounty. Okay. Fourth, fifth time this time. How did GCU get back in this game?
Yeah, I think, like I said earlier, I think GCU can come back from this. I don't know how they could, but because they're only at a 4,000 gold difference. In the past, whenever GCU has like a huge goal difference, they usually come back. I do believe they could have a comeback. I just hope it happens. But as I was saying earlier, with the gold.
I do not mean to cut you off here. It looks like a fight may be breaking out as the Maokai did ulti onto the Vakad, but looks like it's just going to kind of be a Maokai ultimate. And calm down. Akali is actually going to get caught up by the Galio. Looks like the Trundle is actually going to go in. The Galio is just going to almost one-shot. It's basically going to one-shot the Akali, almost taking no damage from it. Now it is a 4v5. Illinois chasing down GCU. Now, Illinois, Baron is up. Dragon Soul is spawning. They have choice of objectives. What is GCU going to do here? This is very, very threatening, as the Jace going to get a lot of damage onto the Aphelios, but the Aphelios going to try and help take out the Jace. The Camille is going to ult the Jace. Now it is a 4v4. The Galio is pushing bot lane. GCU says, let's go Baron. We can take the Baron. Let's go. But will they be able to take it quick enough that they can defend against this push? That is a 4-man push in the bot lane from the side of Illinois. Now, this Baron is at half health, but the Rift Herald is in the bot lane. GCU needs to reset
They
right
need to be there
now.
quick.
GCU doesn't have time. Akali is there to try and stall out the game, but Akali is not tanky. The Rift Herald is going to get another charge on the tower. GCU has one Nexus tower. They do get the Baron, though, and they lose an inhibitor and a Nexus tower. Now, literally every single game we've watched, this has happened. Why is this the exact same thing all 3 games? GCU goes for Baron. Illinois tries to take the base. Now, Dragon Soul is up for the side of Illinois. But what is Illinois? Illinois, are they going to go for an end here? They're going to go for another mid lane tower, as GCU might go for the Dragon. It looks like they honestly just might keep Aphelios on it, as Ahmed going to do his best to stop the Trundle and the push, but he's going to almost go down. He's going to go down to the Ziggs burn. The Dragon is going to be taken. I do not think that Illinois has the ability to end. All 3 inhibs are going to go down for GCU. They only have one Nexus tower standing between. Game over. But GCU going to go for a fight anyway. They're going to try and take down the Trundle. The Galio ult is going to come in, going to knock them all up. This could be the end of the line. The Camille going to get a kill onto the Rakan, give it to the Aphelios. But this is so dangerous. The Jace going in, trying to take out the Aphelios. The Jace does go down. But the triple inhibitor down for GCU. Double waves of super minions going to be coming in. Zig 7-0. No deaths. 25 stacks on a Magi. That is almost 120. Probably honestly closer to 140 ability power. I don't know the exact number. My goodness. This. How is the gold the exact same?
I don't know. They're like very simple. It's like we were earlier. It was like 4,000. It went from like 4,000 difference to like
1,000 and then
1,000. Like as I said, I think GCU can come back. I think we're gonna see this comeback coming through for GCU.
I'm gonna be 100% honest. I have to doubt it. So one of the hardest things in esports in League of Legends to come back from is all 3 inhibitors down. You cannot leave your base, it feels like. And with a Ziggs and a Trundle who take towers so quickly, Akali's in the top lane. Looks like Illinois is gonna go for the end here, potentially. They're going for a fight in GCU's base. They are so strong. Honestly, if they get a single wave of minions under that tower, they could just take the entire game. This fight looking to start now. Who is going to pull this first trigger? Now, the Ziggs ultimate is down, but the ult does not take very long to come back up. Now, it looks like the Leona and the Maokai are going to try and start off the fight. There's going to be multiple routes. They're actually going to go onto the Galio. The Galio is going to get chunked down. The Akali going to go in, but is being targeted. The Rakan, a triple man charm and a double knockup. Is this enough for the game? But the Camille, so strong in that backline. The Trundle gonna go down. Can they get onto the Ziggs? Can they get onto the edge? But the Super Minions are trying to force a end. Ziggs and Jace are teleporting onto the Nexus towers. GCU, they are going to lose the game. Illinois going to go for the back door, and they are going to get the victory. Due to the end of the game, they got the Nexus. Every single game, nail biter, close game. Honestly, so much action. Illinois,
Yes.
I will say Illinois, amazing job by Ziggs and amazing jobs by Jace there to survive the fight and see. Wait, if we teleport, we can end the game. Thank you guys so much. And I think I can say it, and I would love you to say, these games were insane. I want to hear your thoughts on all three games together from about GCU and about Illinois.
Wow. It was definitely electric, non-stopping action. Like I don't think like we keep on saying like, oh, this is gonna be a slow game. It's a slow pace.
I feel like we're cursed. We cursed it.
We
We said
definitely
it too
cursed
much.
it.
We said too much slowness.
It was like all three games were so action packed. Like there wasn't enough like at least at this time we had a little has at least a little bit of time to talk about things. But this is like holy moly. This is like one of the most action filled streams I've ever watched.
I couldn't say more. And I honestly, as a caster and as a viewer, couldn't ask for better matches. I would say congrats to Illinois for taking the 2-1 close games. I think either team could have won almost any of those games if just a few different mistakes weren't made. But honestly, what I want to say is thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for coming out to week 4 of League of Legends. I'm Ben.
And I'm Kayla.
Thank you guys for watching. Hope we see you guys next week for week 5.